welcome back.
Hello, everyone.
If everyone could please rise for the flag salute, I'd like to call on Councilmember Yaroslavsky to please lead us in the flag salute.
What do you want? States, come here.
Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag.
We're on time. It's good to see you guys. Why am I not hearing myself? Great. Why am I not hearing myself?
One nation, under God.
Stop it already, please. Come on, dude.
With liberty and justice for all.
Why do I not hear myself?
All right. Thank you. Mr. Clerk,
Can you guys
let's
hear
run
me?
through the agenda,
No?
please.
Mr. President, would council like all items to go forthwith today?
Without objection, that'll be the order. Next.
There is a request to hold item 67 on the desk.
Without objection, that'll be the order. What's
Why
next?
don't I hear myself? Can you hear
Items
me?
1 through 18
Okay.
are items noticed for public hearing. The Los Angeles Department of Building and Safety recommends to confirm the liens for items 1, 3 through 8, 11 through 14, and 16, and to receive and follow items 2, 9,
Hello?
10, and 15 inasmuch as the liens have been paid. Please note there are technical corrections to items 11 and 12. The property reference in item 11 is located in Council District 4, and the property
Yeah, I
reference
can't hear
in item
myself.
12
I don't know
is
why, but as
located
long as
in
you can
Council
hear,
District
everything's
5.
good.
Items 19 through 46
Just
are
can't hear
items for
myself.
which public hearings have been held. The Trade, Travel, and Tourism Committee reports for items 22
Morning,
through
Terry.
26,
Morning, Jess.
34,
Morning, FM. Morning, grilled
38,
cheese.
and 40
Morning,
have been
Molly.
submitted and posted
Romeo.
online to respective
Oscar.
council files. The Energy and Environment Committee report for item 36
go.
has
Good
been
boy.
submitted and posted online to respective council file. A corrected Energy and Environment Committee report for item 44 to state that this item is subject to the approval of the mayor has been submitted to council file number 13-0933-S7.
They just got
Items
louder, right?
47 through 68
Is that too
are items
loud
for which public hearings
for
have
them?
not been held. A revised Bureau of Engineering report and revised bond dated December 11, 2023 have been posted online to council file number 18-0826-S2 for item 60 to update the bond and bond number 2 C-144740 for the respective track map. Please note there are technical corrections
There
for
won't be
items
any dabs
63
in the
and
morning.
65.
It's too early
The
for
correct
dabs.
resolution to vacate number for item
good?
63
Okay.
is VAC-E1401019.
Thank you, Chris.
A corrected Planning and Land Use Management Committee report has been submitted for item
Hi, Eric.
65 and uploaded to the respective council file to correct the
Hi,
ordinance
Mel A.
date
Thank
as
you so
May
much, Mel.
23rd, 2023.
Just to let you guys know,
Items
yeah, I talked
69
to
and
one of the
78 are
techs,
closed session
Deftone
items
techs.
for which public hearings have
see
not
if I
been
can
held.
give him enough money
Items
to bribe him to
70
come
through
over here
77 are
in the
closed
next day or
session
two
items
to
considered
go
by
over
the
the
Budget,
sound
Finance,
machine.
and Innovation Committee.
See if we can
10
fix
votes
it
are
and get
required
all
for
the
consideration.
everything dialed back in, and then I think what I'm going to do
Very
is take
good.
one of those paint markers.
Thank you.
And just
Without
mark.
objection,
I
those
know I
items are
shouldn't
now
mark
before
it.
us. Members,
I
do
can
you
mark
have any
them
of those
all and
items
take
that
a
you'd like to
picture
call
of my
special?
phone. And that way I
Councilmember
have it. And that
Blumenfield.
way if something
I'd
moves,
like to call item
the cat gets
27
on it or
special
something
for
moves
an
it,
amendment
I
and
know
also
right
to
away
move the
what's
Budget and
wrong,
Finance
where,
Innovation
what should be
report.
where. You know.
Very good. Thank you. Any other specials, members?
And
Councilmember
City Attorney has-
Hernandez.
Thank you, Council President. I would like to
Oh,
call
I'm
item.
sorry.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I will second Mr. Blumenfield's motion. Councilmember Hernandez.
Thank you, Council President. I would like to call items 47 and 54 special for a separate vote, and 28 and 45 special for comments, please.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry, Mr. City Attorney, do you have the amendment for Mr. Blumenfield? Do you
Yes,
read
Mr.
in?
President.
Could you go ahead and read that into the record, please?
Yes, so the motion reads that I move that item 27 on today's council agenda be amended to adopt the recommendations below in lieu of the corresponding
course, I
recommendations
put it on and he
in
goes
the
up
Housing
here.
and Homelessness Committee report.
No.
Recommendation A1A. Authorize the city controller to process a reserve fund loan for up to $14,500,000 and transfer $14,500,000 from the reserve fund number 101, department number 62,
can't stand
through
still
the
anymore.
general fund number 100, unappropriated balance department number
wait.
58,
Now I hear-
and
no.
appropriate therefrom to a new appropriation account number 43
Sounds better.
YC87- Skid Row Housing Trust Receivership Properties within the, and here's the new language, HCID General Fund
I'm heating up the
Program,
first one.
Fund number 10A, end of the new language, /43. and to
He's right
deposit
here. He
any
is-
repayments or
just saw him. He's
remittances
standing right
related to the super priority lien on Skid Row Housing Trust properties in account number, and here's additional new language, 43YC87, end of the new language, for repayment of loans dispersed. Recommendation
Morning,
for
grilled cheese.
B,
It's 61 here. I'm only
authorize
1
the
degree
general manager
warmer.
of LAHD or designee to execute a contract for property and or asset management
Thank
with
you,
the
Rem
housing
Lack.
authority of the city of Los
I knew it would
Angeles
happen. I
or
told you it
other
would,
to
right?
be determined qualified
I pretty much
entity
told you,
for up
right?
to a 2-year term.
The day they
in an amount
decided not to trade him and
exceed
keep him for the
$6 million,
season, that was the dumbest
subject
move
to the
in Angels
availability
history.
of the funds.
And now you've
in the
figured
event
it
the
out that
city
it is
acquires
truly the
title
dumbest
to any
move
of
in
these
Angels
properties.
history. On
The
top of the
first
Josh Hamilton pickup and the Anthony Rendon deal.
$1,130 of the contract
Yeah,
amount.
that's
shall be
why the
funded by
Angels are where
account
they are.
number
Now they'll have to fucking trade Trout as well. And they should have done all that and got a
within the-
boatload of
and
players
here's the new
and
language,
already been on their way to
HCID
rebuilding.
General
and they're
Fund
not.
Program. Fund
But,
number
here we are, and everybody
10A,
cried about it. But I mean, you got to
end of
remember,
the
he
new
wants to
language,
win, like I told you.
/43.
He showed you by
And the
deferring the
balance
money,
will be from
by
any
only taking a
balance
small
from the
portion up front and saying, "Here, use the rest of the money to get players because I want to fucking win."
$70 loan to receivership specialists.
Dumbest move ever, Cortland, right?
Recommendation for E. Authorize the general manager
33
of
there?
LAHD
Ooh, that's cold.
to prepare controller instructions to repay up to $14,500,000 to the general fund reserve.
The owner
from
doesn't
any
care.
amounts
He doesn't know how to
remaining
manage
in
a
account
team.
number
Artie Moreno is no good for that team.
43YC87 within the, and here's the new language, HCID General
Morning,
Fund
Christina.
Program, fund number 10A, end of the new language.
Well, Jeremiah, what they're not releasing
after
to you
all the
also is
properties
the
have been
numbers that
transferred to
dude
new
generated.
owners,
Like he
and the
made, I
receivership
think it was
accounts have been
$91
settled
million
by the-
for the Angels before pitching one pitch. Didn't even pitch one game yet
All
for
right.
the Angels.
Thank you.
And he had made them $91
on
million.
item 40,
You're not
I'm
seeing
going
all the
to
jersey
call that
sales, and
special
like I
for
told you,
purposes of making a
Japanese folks
technical
love
amendment,
baseball.
to my motion,
It's a
which
huge
is,
sport there. I'm telling you, you're
Council
bringing a
File
lot of people who actually spend
23-1285.
money and
The
love to
moving
see their
clause should
players.
read, I
They
therefore
get
move
right
that the City
behind them.
Council instruct the CLA
They pitch, they're
and
there.
the CAO with the assistance of Recreation and Parks,
they support each
Fire
other.
Department, Police Department, GSD, EWDD, Public
Not to
Works,
say that
and
Americans and
DOT
Latinos
to
don't do
report
that,
back in
because they
15
do,
days
but
on the item.
something different with the Japanese folks.
Seconded by
They really,
Councilmember
really
Lee,
do get behind their players. Same with Korean folks.
I'm also going to move to
It's not as big in Korea.
move
but
to
it
adopt
is what it is.
the
All
recommendations
right, guys, time to
of the Department of Building and Safety on items 1 through 16 as amended.
Yeah,
with
I
the
mean, he's got
technical amendments that
$100
were
million in
indicated
endorsement
by
deals. What does
the
he
city
need all
attorney.
that money up front for?
Seconded by
You can
Mr. Lee as
defer
well.
it.
Thank you. Any other special?
You know what I mean?
Council
Get your ring. Hopefully.
So I just wanted to clarify that 11
Or at
and
least
12
play in the
were corrected
playoffs
to
and
their
go far into the playoffs,
correct
which he
council
never did with the
districts. Those were
Angels.
both marked as. I just wanted to confirm that. And then I have actually 3 amendments.
Sorry,
Well,
Councilmember Robert,
Remulac,
which numbers?
I
Just
mean,
to
again, they may
verify.
get
Items
bounced out of the
11
playoffs,
and
but aren't they
12.
there almost every year?
Yes, and for the
Won the
record,
division 8 out of the last 10
the
years.
council district for item 11 is council district 4, and the council district for item 12 is council district 5.
Just is
Okay,
what it
great.
is.
Thank you very much.
And you have
I
a
thought I
team that's
heard
willing
that,
to
but wanted
spend the money.
clarify. I have an amendment for item
Hell, why not?
29, which I can read into the record, which is that I move that item
Get outta
29 on
here.
today's
Sit
agenda
here.
be amended as follows. In the
You're a
CAO
good boy.
report dated November 22nd, 2023, just removing recommendation 4, which says request LAWA to continue homeless engagement team services under the current scope of work. And Councilmember Blumenfield will be seconding
Well,
that.
Elliot, you got to remember also
For
you're not
item
you're looking at you're not
45,
looking at all the
I have
endorsement
another
deals.
brief
Come on,
amendment,
dude, please.
which is
What are you doing?
for recommendation B in the
You can't
LAHD
lay on the
report.
computer.
I would like it
Okay,
to
you broke it
read,
one time already.
request the city attorney with the assistance of LAHD to
Anybody want a
prepare
cat?
and present a right to counsel ordinance. And then the addition is
Bro,
within 60 days
won't leave me
contingent on
alone.
the availability of funding.
Won't leave the.
So it's just an addition of time.
Is there a second to the motion?
Councilmember Hernandez will be seconding that.
Well, I beg to differ.
And she
These
still
zero
confirms.
pitching, zero
Thank you.
pitching last
And then
year.
I have a
okay?
longer
All our
amendment for
pitchers
item
went down.
28,
Dustin
which
May,
the city attorney
Walker
will be able to
Bueller,
read into the
they all
record.
went
Thank you.
down.
Very good. Mr.
So
City
again,
Attorney.
they've had a long season. Bueller will be pitching
Yes,
this
the
year.
motion reads
May will
that
be
I
pitching
move
this
that
year.
item
You
28
still have Clayton
on
coming
today's
back.
agenda be
You
amended
do
to
have a
include
run
the
at
following
Yamamoto
additional
now. I
instructions.
mean, now you have Shohei
I
Ohtani, the
therefore
biggest
move
Japanese
that
player.
the
Don't
City
you think
Council
the
instruct the
second
Los
biggest
Angeles Housing
Japanese player
Department,
that's on his way to the major
LAHD,
leagues would
to
probably
report
want to
back
sign with
in
us?
30 days
Talking to the
with
Giants right
following
now.
information.
I don't know. We'll see.
Request to add the ULA Citizens
You know,
Oversight
Clayton's on the
Committee
downfall.
as
Not much
recipients
left
of the
with Clayton,
report
but
back on ULA
he's still
rental
there.
assistance program data.
You know, you also have
Instruct
Gavin
LAHD
Stone. You had
to
rookies
provide
pitching
data
really well
by
last
council
year.
district and zip code on landlords who have voluntarily
I beg
or
to
by
differ.
default
It's not the
opted
greatest
out of
staff. I'm not
participating
telling you
in the
that.
rental assistance
But we don't
program.
have. We don't. You said we have
Instruct
zero
LAHD
pitching,
to
which is
provide
wrong.
all available demographic data on rental assistance applicants and recipients by council
I get it,
district
buddy. You just-
and zip code.
You gotta bug me. I get it.
Instruct LAHD to provide a summary on the recipients targeted.
I don't think he'll
under the
pitch
$12
anymore,
million
dude.
That was reallocated
Double Tommy John?
from the ULA direct income
I
support
don't know,
program
Remulak.
and
be
added
wrong.
to the short-term emergency assistance program.
Hi, Calamity Girl. Okay.
Additionally,
Give me a sec here. I gotta
LAHD
fight
should
my cat.
provide specific summary data for households with seniors and people living with disabilities.
I don't know why they have
including
lists.
absolute numbers, percentage of total
They're
applicants,
lispy.
and total rent debt by council district and zip
All
code.
right, give me a sec here.
I further move that the city council instruct
do we have the best
LAHD
staff? No, of
with
course
assistance
not.
from
I'm
the
always
city
lying to
attorney
you and telling
to
you that.
report back in 30 days
Do we
with
have
the
zero
following
pitching? That's
information.
not true.
Instruct LAHD with the support of the city attorney's office to report back on how landlords currently comply with the requirement to file eviction notices with the department.
Thanks, Allison. It's good to see you.
Is there a second to this
Morgan.
motion?
Council people are lizards. They could be. I can't deny.
Councilmember Hernandez seconds.
I think they were all born on Figueroa.
Okay. Anything else, Councilmember Rowley? Okay. Councilmember Lee.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to call item number 22 for comments.
I don't
and
think he's
item
gonna
number
pitch anymore at
43
all,
for an
Jeffy,
amendment,
but
which I believe the
knows?
city attorney has.
You're getting one of the best DHs and a guy who could pitch in a small window if you need him.
The motion reads that
I think
I
that's what
move
you're getting.
that the matter of the Neighborhoods and Community Enrichment and Housing and Homelessness Committee's reports relative to amending the municipal code, section 49.99.2.c, to require landlords and building managers to allow any companion
Oh,
animal
so with the Rangers,
already residing in a
Remulak?
rental dwelling unit to continue residing there for the duration of the animal's natural
anybody
life,
know if it's today
or until
or
the tenant
tomorrow
either voluntarily
Depeche Mode-
relocates
Depeche
the
Mode's
animal
supposed to be here, guys.
or voluntarily
In the LA City
vacates the
Council.
premises. Item number 43.
I don't know if
on
it's
today's
today or
council
tomorrow. I think
agenda
it's tomorrow.
Be amended
Not sure.
as follows. Request the city attorney to include language into the draft ordinance.
Really? Yes.
Requiring tenants that
They really
acquired
are.
animals / pets during the
Come on,
pandemic
Stinks.
to comply with their
Why won't you
housing
just lay
provider's pet
down?
policy,
Why won't you lay
including
down here,
compliance
over there?
with potential
Why do you
pet
need
deposits.
to lay on my stuff? Please, I already have enough problems. Please, go lay somewhere else.
Seconded by
please.
Councilmember Rodriguez. Thank you.
You got a bed there. You got a
Anything
bed
else,
there,
Mr. Lee?
Bed here. You got 3 beds. Not
Councilmember
one
Hyde.
of them. One you're in. Not one.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
The 13th.
I'd like to call
tomorrow.
item number 66 for an amendment. And City Attorney, can you read the amendment?
No, Randy, I didn't. It's just so much
Into the
stuff I
record,
gotta get. I was missing all kinds
Yes.
of things
Thank
for
you.
that fucking shit. At first, I thought it was 6 ingredients. Now it's 17 fucking ingredients.
So I believe the motion is with
I'll get
regards
it.
to item number 66, and it's to adopt these revised findings.
No, if he loved me, he'd want to hang out with me. He just wants to hang on my computers. And he just to let you know, we already spent $250 fixing it.
Fined
because he
pursuant
broke
to the
it.
Public
He laid on it and
Resources
broke the
Code,
fan.
PRC, section 21155.2.
And I
after
love him. I'm petting him
consideration
right
of
now.
the whole of the
getting
administrative
petted
record,
right now.
including the Senate Bill 375 SCEA, dated
You see? There he is, right there. You see? You see?
SCEA, collectively known as the SCEA, and all comments received after imposition
Yeah, they
of
give
all
zero fucks.
there is no substantial evidence that the project will have a significant effect on the environment.
I have
Find
bacon. I don't have
that
the rest of
City
this
Council held a hearing on and
missed
adopted
gravy,
the
dressing,
SCEA on April
flour.
14th, 2023, pursuant to PRC Section 21155.2
I
B6.
forgot the broth.
Find the project
any
is a
broth.
transit priority project as defined by PRC Section 21155, and the project
No,
has
Remulak,
incorporated
he just
all
likes it 'cause it's
feasible
warm.
MM
hot.
performance standards
He
or
likes to lay on
criteria
it.
set forth in prior
up, Tim?
environmental impact reports, including Southern California Association of Governments 2020-2045, Regional Transportation Plan / Sustainable Community Strategy,
So just
Connect
laid on
SoCal.
my hand.
Program EIR State Clearinghouse Number 20.
Really? Look what he did. Look at now. What can I do now? What do I do? What do we do here? What can I do? I don't have a hand anymore.
Significant effect on the environment
No, my
required
hand's stuck.
to be identified in the initial
He's a great
study
boy. I
for
love
the
him.
SCEA. Changes or alterations have been required in or incorporated into the project that avoid or mitigate the significant as defined by PRC Section 21155, and the project has incorporated all feasible
No, spray
MM
bottle.
performance standards
Not
or
being a bad boy.
criteria
He just
set
wants love.
forth in prior environmental impact reports,
Just wait, Ricky.
including Southern California Association of Governments.
Just wait. Give it some time, buddy.
20
It's boring right now.
2045.
Let the
Regional
people talk.
Transportation Plan
Then tell me if it's
/
boring.
Sustainable Community
When
Strategy.
every other word is fuck.
Connect SoCal.
Fuck you.
Program EIR State Clearinghouse Number
And a lot of other shit I can't say.
2019-011-061. Find that all potentially significant effects were
I gotta pay him
required
cat
to be
support?
identified in the initial study have been identified and analyzed in the SCEA. Find with respect to each significant effect on the environment.
I don't have any,
required to
Edgar.
be
Just came out
identified
today,
in
didn't
the
it?
initial study
Yeah,
for
it
the
just came out
SCEA.
today.
Changes or alterations have been required
Unless
in
you're a fluffer
or
for tops,
incorporated
then you got it
into
early.
the project that avoid or mitigate the significant effects to a level of significance, or those changes or alterations are within the responsibility and jurisdiction of another public agency and have been or can and should be adopted by that other agency.
Big baby.
Find that the SCEA reflects the independent judgment and analysis of the city. Find that the MM have been made enforceable conditions on the project and adopt the SCEA.
I haven't seen anybody in
And
the crowd
delete,
yet.
the following language.
They won't show the crowd.
Adopt the revised findings of the Plum
9,000
Committee
things to vote on today.
approved on December 5th, 2023 as the findings of council. End of the deletion. And resolve to deny the appeal filed by Supporters Alliance for Environmental Responsibility. Representative Victoria Yunt, Lozia Drui, LLP.
Got my arm back. He
And
moved.
delete the following language, grant in part, end of deletion, deny, delete the following language, in part,
What?
end of deletion, the appeal filed by Nam Kim, and thereby delete the following language, disapprove, and add the following language, approve the Los Angeles City Planning Commission's determination in approving pursuant to Section 12.24W.1 of the Los Angeles Municipal Code, a main conditional use permit to allow for a full line of alcoholic beverages for on-site consumption in conjunction with 3 restaurants, and thereby sustain the LACPC's determination in approving a site plan review for a mixed-use development project that creates 251 dwelling units and 61,500 square feet of commercial floor area, and approving a SCEA ENV-2568-2568-SCEA
What a boring job.
as the environmental clearance for the demolition of the existing single-family house, commercial buildings, and parking lot.
Bro,
for
you
the
couldn't pay me
construction
enough to
of
be
a
these
new
idiots.
292,820 square feet. 8-story, 251-unit mixed-use building containing 29 affordable housing units above 2 levels of subterranean parking. The project proposes 46,000 square feet of commercial area, 15,500 square feet of office area, 284 parking stalls, 204 bicycle parking spaces, and 20,700 square feet of usable open space for the properties located at 3431 through
I don't care, Golf.
3455 West 8th Street and
I don't care if it's
749
500,000 he made.
767
Don't care.
South Harvard Boulevard and 744 through 762 South Hobart Boulevard, subject to modified conditions of approval as approved by the Plum Committee on December 5th, 2023, and attached to the council file.
Oh.
Is there a second to this motion?
I'm sorry,
there
I
a
missed the
second?
second sentence of that. Could you go over it again? please?
Oh, fuck you.
I will second that.
Fuck
And
you.
I want to, just for the sake of the folks in the audience, I apologize that sometimes we have these technical amendments that require a lot of reading. The reason for that, usually always, the amendments are posted over here for you to look at, but we have people participating by phone, and so they don't have the ability to go to the bulletin board and check the amendments. So that's
True,
why we have
Abash.
to do this. So I apologize that sometimes it's a little.
That's why our
tedious,
fucking
but
city
that's
is
what we have.
fucking an armpit now.
Mr. City Attorney.
Thanks to
Councilmember
these idiots.
Padilla.
The best part
Yes, I'd like
about
to
it
call
is they
38
always
special for
tell you what
questions,
kind of
please.
fucking
Very
great
good.
job they're
Thank
doing.
you. And Councilmember Ahmed?
That's the best part.
One
They pat
minor
themselves on the back
request, which is
constantly.
that I was requesting that item 12.
I see the news is there.
We
Somebody's
continue
there. We got
to,
stringers in the back.
a later meeting.
Until
Maybe
let's see,
2 meetings from now, or 3
say
meetings from
30
now.
days
Sure, that would
till
be great.
January 12th.
Thank you very much.
Next week for sure.
Very good.
Calamity
Without
Girl,
objection,
absolutely.
that'll be the
I'll
order.
text you after
Councilmember
the
De
show.
Leon.
Or
Item 67.
I'll send you a
for
message after the
comments
show.
and a technical amendment.
Excuse me. Okay,
oh,
so
wait.
because we have some new people. Because we have some new people
that was
here, I want to
Camille.
make this really clear. Anybody who shouts out
Here we go.
will be found to be disrupting this meeting, and pursuant to Rule 12, you will be asked to leave.
Oh,
You'll
KFI's
be,
there.
You'll be moved out of this meeting if you disrupt our work. So I want to make sure everybody is crystal clear on that. There will be no shouting out at all throughout this meeting. Councilmember De Leon.
67 comments plus technical amendment.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
the
start to
technical
stir that
amendments.
pot a
Go
little
ahead,
bit.
Mr.
Throw a
City
little
Attorney.
spice in that joint.
It'll be like War and Peace from the last one right there.
Let's go ahead.
So the motion reads that I move that item 67 be amended to adopt the following additional recommendation. Number 11, request the city attorney, with the assistance of the planning department, Department of Building and Safety,
Clear as
and
mud.
Department of Water and Power, to prepare and present the necessary ordinance or ordinances to amend the appropriate ordinances to require that the development projects that are within the adopted 6th Street Viaduct Underground Utility District, CF 17-0724, provide the necessary on-site
Supercuts,
connection
Abash.
to receive underground power and telecommunications when performing work on or adjacent to their properties.
Is there a second to this motion?
Thank you. Mr. Blumenfield seconds? Okay, Mr. Blumenfield seconds. Thank you. Anything else? Very good. Just, it's already been called special, but for the record, on item number 45, I will be recusing myself in that I own a 4-unit apartment building, so I'll need to recuse on that matter.
Can you imagine him being your landlord?
All right. Any other specials, members?
Fuck.
All right. Shall we take... why don't we go next to our Budget and Finance Chair, Mr. Blumenfield? With regard to the
What's up, Beanie?
closed session items 70 through 77, Mr. Blumenfield, do you have recommendations on those matters?
On those items, we have 2 closed that we will have to hear, but on the ones that went to Budget Committee, the committee has vetted those issues, and I think we can handle them as recommended in open session.
Very good. Then let's go ahead, if we can, and read the recommendations of the city
turn off the
attorney
heater,
on those
guys. Hold on.
items. And if members don't have questions or concerns, we can vote on them in open session.
Thank you, Mr. President. And for the record, these are for
about
items
the
70
Quimby fees?
through 77. In the case entitled Malcolm Thomas versus City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $8 million in settlement. For item 71, in the case entitled Elizabeth Hatanian versus City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $150,000 in settlement. For item 72, in the case entitled Cynthia Chamberlain versus City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $175,000 in settlement. For item 73, in the case entitled Oscar Ovidio
Fat Boy's
Peralta
hungry.
versus City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $160,000 in settlement. For item 74,
Jesus,
in the
love.
case
I
entitled
don't think he could
Carol
be
Miranda
one. You know
Diaz
why?
versus
Because
City of
everybody,
Los
he
Angeles
gets
et
so
al.,
much shit.
There's a recommendation
So when a
to
light bulb
expend up
goes
to
out and they call about it,
$400,000 in
he's got to
settlement.
do it.
For item 75, in the case entitled Virgilio Mia versus City of Los Angeles, LAC MTA, there's a recommendation to reject the plaintiff's offer of settlement. For item 76, in the case entitled
millions in
Erica
settlements.
Fajardo et al. Versus City of Los Angeles et al., there's a recommendation to expend up to $9,500,000 in settlement. And for item 77, in the case entitled Lauren Krause versus City of Los Angeles et al., there's a recommendation to expend up to $200,000 in settlement.
So there's almost 10 million, ladies and gentlemen. That's
right.
just the last two was 9.7 million.
So those items
Holy
are now before
shit.
us.
You wonder why we ain't got the
Clerk, what's
grappler
available
and
now
shit,
for us
huh?
to vote on?
Mr.
That's
President,
why. That's why we ain't got the
council may now vote on
grappler.
Items 19 through 21, 23
Yeah,
through
one
26,
settlement was 9.5 million.
30 through 37.
There goes our
39,
grappler, and we're paying for
41,
it.
42,
You, me, us,
44,
me, you,
and
I.
46.
We pay for that.
All right. Seeing no members wishing to be heard, let's go ahead and open the roll,
9.5 million.
close the roll, and tabulate the votes.
13 ayes.
All right. And now moving on to the closed session items. The recommendations were already read. So on those items, if there's no members wishing to be heard, let's open the roll, close the roll, and
What's up, JHO?
tabulate the votes.
Morning.
13 ayes.
Okay. Mr. Clerk, was there anything else available for us to vote on at this point?
Mr.
That's
President,
it, Ricky.
there is a separate vote requested.
I'm telling you,
from-
Ricky, it's gonna get
Oh,
hot.
excuse-
Get some sauce
If council would like to take
Stir
item
it up.
22, call special by Councilmember Lee for comments.
Almost time, buddy.
Yes, we will. But first, if we can go to item number 38, which was called special by Councilmember Padilla. Councilmember Padilla,
Oh, wait,
item
you leave
38.
at 12. That's what I'm talking about. You leave in an hour and 20 minutes, not now.
And-
Fat boy.
I'd like to invite up the
Good
mayor's
morning.
appointee to be general manager of LAWA up to the
Yes.
desk. Councilmember Padilla.
So, thank you for being here today. I just wanted to ask you a few questions and start off with a few talking points.
She's still sick.
So, congratulations, Mr. John Ackerman, for your nomination. And I just wanted to say a few things. So, just like LAX, in my district, Van Nuys Airport brings the city of Los Angeles revenue. Van Nuys Airport also dramatically impacts the surrounding communities and its businesses. Van Nuys Airport is an important economic engine for the city of Los Angeles, but it also has some negative impacts on human health and the surrounding environment. Unlike LAX, Van Nuys Airport does not serve the masses, but rather a limited and exclusive clientele that some would refer to as the privileged. And it also is home to some of our emergency service aircraft.
It is.
Van Nuys Airport is directly
LAPD,
adjacent to many
fire
residential
department.
neighborhoods,
Come
and I
on,
want to see
stop
Van
that
Nuys
already.
Airport modernized, but in a balanced manner that does not disproportionately harm surrounding communities and the environment. It's important that the communities adjacent to the Van Nuys Airport have a voice in any future efforts to redevelop or modernize it. Therefore, addressing the concern at Van Nuys Airport is paramount to the health, and the priorities of myself and everyone related to Council District 6. So I just wanted to ask a total of 4 questions, starting with commercial airports and general aviation airports have different impacts on and benefits for society. What do you think are your main goals for Van Nuys Airport?
Thank you for the question, Councilmember Padilla. And first, this is a great honor for me to be selected by Mayor Bass and the commission, and hopefully approved by the council for this position. I think you summed it up in your remarks. You know, I think we all agree the Van Nuys Airport needs to be modernized, but it needs to be done. That needs to be done with the considerations of the community that surround the airport in mind. I'm still actually in my current role at DFW Airport. And I haven't started the role. I'll start in February, but I expect in February to do a lot of listening and a lot of learning about the issues and the history behind Van Nuys Airport as we move forward.
As we try to close it down.
Can you talk into the mic so that it can get recorded correctly for our viewers? Okay, thank you. Well, thank you. And then, are you aware that LAWA has not necessarily implemented any policy for the future of its capital investments that include power capacity upgrades to electrify hangars and ramps? Do you support creating policy that will propel such a transition forward?
I'm actually not aware of the issue that you just referenced. Again, when I started in February, I expect the staff to brief me on the critical issues, and then I'd be more informed and could have a better discussion with you about the issues, Council Member.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And then I'm curious, how committed will you be to working with my office and community stakeholders to understand and address the challenges of the Van Nuys Airport?
I'm 100% committed. From the very first conversation I had with the airport commissioners, they made it clear that, you know, this is LAWA. You know, LAX gets a lot of the attention, but there are 2 airports here, and they're both critically important to the commissioners, and they'll be critically important to me as well.
Okay, thank you.
Fucking Gavin Newsom's brother, I bet.
And then lastly, and for the record, there's no right or wrong answer for this one. Have you met with any one of our current vendors and their interest to expand?
I have not met with any of the vendors yet.
Thank you. No further questions. Any other colleagues?
Thank you. Thank you, Councilmember Padilla. Councilmember Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. President, and congratulations on your nomination. And I just wanted to follow and acknowledge the line of questions that Ms. Padilla raised. And just to frame it so you understand the context. Unfortunately, the district that she has the privilege of representing went for a pretty extended period of time without an elected representative to advocate for
no
the
more
community.
rodeos. They banned that shit last week. Done.
And I recognize that you're new, but I just want to remind, and I know there's staff here. The staff is critically important in how they inform what the impacts are to the neighboring communities and all of the stakeholders associated with it. My district is also affected to some degree, the Van Nuys Airport and many of our districts in the San Fernando Valley because of the flyover and the noise and all of those considerations. But I just wanted to underscore some of the questions that Ms. Padilla raised.
Even though she said to the people that wanted it to not be passed, of course, that she was going to stand against it.
Are often the
she's got
voices
the most
that are
horses in her,
because to miss
most
what
equestrian
Ms. Padilla was
places
raising,
in her district. Get out of here, man. It's all lip service.
The number of affluent individuals that utilize Van Nuys Airport often, again, because it's not a commercially commercial to the degree that LAWA is, for example, the LAX is, some of the investments and the protections are often overlooked. We're talking about working class communities that don't often have the same level of protections that are afforded in some other areas. And so with that said, I just want to say, you know, this is obviously a big job, but it goes beyond LAX. And understanding and respecting the neighborhoods in the San Fernando Valley is paramount as part of this responsibility. And I just want to let you know that there are a number of us that will continue to advocate for the protections and the investments and the respect in and around the Van Nuys Airport to assure that those residents are also heard as we continue to have these conversations going forward. So I wanted to just reinforce what she was asking for, because again, there are a number of us that have the privilege of representing the San Fernando Valley, but it is also an area that has often been overlooked and hasn't garnered the same level of attention and respect that areas have received as a result of their proximity to LAX. And so just congratulations on your nomination. Understand that Ms. Badia is not the only one that you will be hearing from. There are a number of us that have concerns with making sure that any efforts around Van Nuys Airport are responsive to addressing the needs of the adjacent communities as well. And so with that, congratulations on your nomination.
Thank you very much for sharing and for reinforcing.
I mean, sure, there's some private jets
concerns.
there, hangars.
She and I actually had
There's
our
a lot
first
of other
conversation
people.
Friday evening.
Helenette,
her
shout out to
constituents,
Helenette.
She was working on a Friday evening. It was that important for her to share
fire
her
department.
views on Van Nuys Airport. And I
LAPD.
assured her, and I can assure you that I will listen, and I will listen with respect.
Thank you very much.
Shit, man, it
Thank
sucks.
you. Mr. Harris Dawson.
Thank you so
going
much,
after another
Mr.
airport.
President and members, and thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing Los Angeles. Congratulations to our airport commissioner and
Yeah,
the mayor
they have
for
that,
doing a
Mozart.
national search.
I'm pretty
and,
sure.
coming up with the best
I don't know.
and the
Good
brightest. I want to tell you that I'll be right there with Council Members Rodriguez and Padilla, advocating for the parts of the community that are not traditionally a part of the airport equation in any city. They have Van Nuys Airport. My district is the entire flight path that is within the city of Los Angeles is in my district.
South LA.
And neighboring me to the west, and I know this is probably foreign geography to you, but to the west of us is Inglewood. Well, Inglewood has sued the city of LA several times, so the residents of Inglewood get all kinds of benefits and protections and mitigations from being in the flight path that the residents of LA don't get. And so one of the questions I want to put to you is, do you have experience with this issue? The map, the sound map that the FAA gives us for who can get mitigations is totally nonsensical. Like literally it'll be like this block can get mitigations and this block can't. And we both look up in our backyards at the same plane going over and we hear it in the same way. So I wanted to put that question to you, and then I have one follow-up.
So I was not aware of the disparity between what Inglewood got and what Los Angeles residents got, so thank you for sharing that with me, Council Member. I'm not an expert on noise issues, but I do have some experience working with other airports, and I'm a former airline pilot as well, so I am broadly familiar with the issues. I'm not as familiar with the specific issues for LAX, but I know that starting in February, I'm going to learn a lot more
they're
about
out of
that.
Fullerton.
And I look forward to hearing from you as well about not just how the FAA views the noise, but how your community views the noise.
Thank you so much. And so we'll look forward to helping facilitate that process for you. We've been working on it for
just
really
know,
been a
Airwolf
25-year battle
was
in the
filmed
community. The second question is,
at Van Nuys.
LAX presents
Airwolf fans.
one of the major economic
At
opportunities anywhere in the United States. $30 billion worth of work. You and I discussed this earlier. One, I want to get a sense of what your commitment is to making sure Los Angeles that it is. Los Angeles is Latino. Los Angeles is Asian. Los Angeles is African American. Los Angeles is women. That those communities get the opportunity to have participation in this economic boom, and that it isn't driven by companies from Canada, Chicago, or Miami,
or from
that are
China.
all, I'm sure, great people.
Or
We
from
have
China
people in this city that have small businesses, medium-sized businesses that can participate. What can we do to make sure that we extend every opportunity to our own neighbors to participate in this economic boom?
If you looked in South LA, looked in his district, I bet you 20% of the homes are owned by people that do not live in this country and that are from some part of Asia.
And it's a generational opportunity, as you mentioned earlier, Council Member.
Whether it's
and
Indonesia,
that opportunity has to benefit
India,
all Angelinos, and I'm
China,
incredibly committed to that. It's vitally important, because unless everybody benefits from it, it's really money that is benefiting others and not the community. And I think that the staff working with the council, working with the mayor's office, and working with the commission are going to redouble our efforts to make sure that as much of that impact benefits local community as possible. But I think I've heard, again, from the very first conversation with the commissioners, that is one of the top priorities, not only delivering these amazing projects and delivering, I think, a truly world-class airport that this world-class city deserves, customers, but making sure that all Angelenos have an opportunity to benefit. And I've heard that from day one, and I'm committed to that.
Oh.
Thank you so much, and
Us
thank you
white
so much for your
people,
willingness to
sweet
serve.
or bad.
Thank you.
El
I'd
Diablo
like to call
Blanco.
on the chair of
That's
our
what I
Trade,
am.
Travel, and Tourism
I'm the white
Committee,
devil.
Councilmember Park.
Thank you, Council President. And Mr. Ackerman, thank you so much for being here today and for your
Mind you, Ben
willingness
Carson,
to serve.
without the high IQ, right?
It was an honor to hear your appointment yesterday in Trade, Travel, and Tourism. And I really enjoyed the opportunity that we had to sit down and talk about all things LAX and Van Nuys. One of the things that struck me most about our conversation yesterday was your commitment to engagement with our communities around our airports. We talked specifically about Westchester and Playa del Rey and Van Nuys and other communities. And I appreciate your commitment to working with me and with all of our constituents on the issues and the things that we have to do to mitigate and protect our communities and ensure that they do benefit from their proximity to our airport.
Diablo Negro.
I am really excited at the opportunity to get to work with you to advance our efforts to uplift
We
our
could do Ebony and
communities,
Ivory
to
together,
modernize
dressed as
our
devils. It'd be awesome.
and to see through some of the largest capital improvement and infrastructure investments and projects anywhere in our entire country.
Just do dancing
as
devils.
the chair of Trade, Travel, and Tourism, I look forward to a long partnership with you, and I encourage all of you with an aye vote today to confirm this appointment. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Salt and pepper, that's us.
Mr. Ackerman, any comments you'd like to make to close?
Council President, I know you have a large agenda. I just want to say that this is literally the opportunity of a lifetime for someone in my profession. The audacious, ambitious plan that the mayor and the commissioners and the council and the LAWA staff, have planned for this airport system is really remarkable, and it's unmatched anywhere in the world.
He's asleep right
I look
here.
forward to working to deliver that on behalf of all Angelenos.
Councilmember De Leon.
Let me just mention a couple things. One is
See, it's right there.
Coming from
on the
Dallas-Fort
computer
Worth and
where he's
being
not
number
supposed to
2
be.
there and moving up without a doubt, being here at LAX, one of the great world international airports, but one that's been historically beset with a lot of challenges. There's no doubt about it. LAX has been considered perhaps at one time one of the top 10 or top 5 worst airports to get around, without question. But you had just mentioned a few moments ago the record amount of billions, tens of billions of dollars of investment, infrastructure-wise, to make it much more efficient is critical. So you're actually landing here, no pun intended, at a very critical point, juncture, whereas perhaps if you did before with no capital for infrastructure improvement, it'd be a different ballgame altogether. So what you do with this position will be very telling.
I'll give
Obviously,
DeLeon
Mr.
a couple
Rodriguez,
things.
Mr.
One, he's
Padilla,
got balls.
and Mr. Marquis Harris
Doesn't
Dawson
care
had
what
just
any of us
mentioned.
think.
I think the theme
Two.
was the issue of equity.
Notice
whether
he's
it's in the valley
speaking
between the haves
from
and
his head
have-nots,
and his heart.
the wealthy billionaire,
No fucking paper in
multimillionaire
front of him and
class,
on his phone.
the carbon footprint that they leave in the valley as
Difference.
it relates to people of color who have to breathe into their lungs.
Might
what
be
is
a
atmospheric,
piece of doo-doo
what Mr.
behind
Marquis
the
Harris Dawson had just mentioned too, the equity
closed
footprint
doors,
between
but-
Inglewood as well and
Just giving
the rest
him,
of the city of LA,
credit
and
where the credit's due
inequity,
in just
the
that
inequitable
sense.
application, if you
I
will.
don't
So
vote for this
you're at
dude.
a
He's
critical
not my
point, if you will,
district
coming
guy.
into LAX right now.
Councilman.
There's that woman in the blue, Mr. President, right there.
Uh-oh.
And the blonde. Now she's looking down, with the glasses.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
again,
Again.
I'm going to remind the members of the audience, any noise that's audible,
Somebody
that's
got in trouble.
disruptive of the work of this meeting is a violation of Rule 12. And the sergeants will be attentive to that and identify who's disrupting the meeting.
Thank you
Proceed.
very much, Mr. President. So it is a really critical point that you're joining in. And, I was talking with Mr. Harris Dawson, too. Just again,
dare you
how it's
assume his
fraught,
gender?
the political pitfalls, if you will, in a large city like LAX, too. So, we welcome
Bacon
you.
double bacon?
It's
Or
a
bacon
major
double,
task,
sorry.
that you're taking the helm, of, and
get
we
the
wish you nothing
Tams
but the
burger
best
up
of
in
luck. Obviously, to the legislative side, separate from the executive branch, the oversight here, especially to the committee of chairwoman.
I don't
Ms.
know if it's
Park.
Stacy.
We wish you nothing but the best of luck, because that means more revenues, at the gate, for other carriers and more travelers, whether it's opening up to the Pacific Rim or the rest of the Western Hemisphere, if you will. Again, a tough job, no doubt about it, but you want it. You're diving head in first. So again, we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you, Councilman Giglio. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So with that, members, if there's no one else wishing to be heard, let's go ahead and open the roll.
All right, they're
Close
going to
the roll
vote here,
tabulate the
and
vote.
that should be it.
14
All
ayes.
yeses.
Mr. Ackerman, congratulations. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Welcome
Glad to have you.
aboard.
All right, next
Welcome
item.
aboard the
Mr. Clerk.
grift.
And members, we have a long agenda, and we have almost 90 people who've signed up for public comment.
90?
So I want to first, before we go to our next agenda item, let the audience know, because we have a lot of new people here. Signing up does not guarantee that you will have an opportunity to speak. There is no way that we'll be able to take 90 speakers
No
today.
way.
So we
They
will
won't take 60.
accommodate public comment for the items for which public comment has not yet been taken.
15 items.
And we will reserve general public comment, which relates to topics not on our agenda today, at the end of the meeting. So, but I just want to let you know, we will be taking public comment, but general public comment will be held till the end. And we won't be able to take this many speakers. But I would ask members that we move through the next few matters as expeditiously as we can, so we can get to our presentations and public comments. Starting with item 22, Mr. Lee for comments. Item 22.
Hello. No.
Thank you, Mr. President, and it's appropriate that Mr. Ackerman is here. Colleagues, I just briefly want to share about the solar farm project that is before us. That is something I've been excited about and working on for several years, and my staff have worked closely with LAWA on ensuring that this property was used for this project. So just some quick background at this property, that this property is underneath the Van Nuys Airport landing path, so it isn't eligible for too many uses. A solar farm, however, is a perfect opportunity to create a meaningful and useful long-term use for this site. Upon completion, this will be the largest solar project in the San Fernando Valley and the largest in-basin ground solar project in the city of Los Angeles, and will generate enough energy to be utilized by 3,000 homes in the vicinity of this project. This project creates local union jobs. IBW Local 11 and the previous lessee, Valley Sod Farms, will remain at the location and continue to operate their long-standing Valley business. I'm very proud of this project, and I urge your aye vote.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Lee. Any other members wishing to be heard? Seeing none, let's open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the votes.
14 ayes.
Next up is item number 40, which was amended with my technical amendment that I read earlier. That's now before us. Do any members wish to be heard? Seeing none, let's open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the votes.
14 ayes.
Thank you. Next is item 27, which was amended by Councilmember Blumenfield with an amendment that was read in earlier. That item is now before us. Do any members wish to be heard? Seeing none, let's open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the votes.
14 ayes.
Next up is item 28, which was amended by Councilmember Rahman. That amendment was already read into the record. Councilmember Hernandez.
Council President, I would like to confirm if 28 and 45 would be taken together, or if we're going to do them separately.
It was our intention to do them separately.
Okay.
And 45 will be held on the desk until after comment. But we can, if you would prefer that we hold this on the desk until then, we can.
Okay. Okay, I'll just do 28 right now, if that's fine. Okay.
Go right ahead. You have the floor.
Great. Thank you so much, Council President. Thank you. Good morning, colleagues. On February 1st, hundreds of thousands of tenants across Los Angeles will be faced with a deadline they cannot meet, as any rent owed between October 1st, 2021 and January 31st, 2023 is due. On the same date, rent increases in RSO will be allowed. Families are already choosing between paying their rent and filling their gas tanks, finding the money for their electric bill or paying for daycare, staying housed or going hungry. We already know that between February and December of this year, 74,000 eviction notices were filed, nearly all for non-payment of rent. We also know that as of October, over 24,000 applications for ULA rental assistance were submitted, claiming $380 million in back rent, well over 10 times the amount made available. This tells us that there are thousands of tenants who are at the risk of losing their housing if we do not take action to protect our tenants. The motion on red debt information I put forth with Councilmember Rahman and seconded by Councilmember Harris-Dawson is calling for LAHD to provide more data on the scale of this crisis so we can more fully understand the bold action this moment requires. And I ask for your aye votes. Thank you so much, colleagues. Thank you, Council President.
Very good. Thank you. Do any other members wish to be heard? Seeing none, let's go ahead and open the roll. Thank you. Thank you, but I'm sorry, we have a long agenda. We can't have disturbances of the work of the council. Please, we need to move on with our work. Open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the votes.
14 ayes.
Very good. Thank you very much. Mr. Blumenfield, if you could take over, please.
The fire rises.
We're going to move to presentations right now, and first one by Councilwoman Hernandez. No speaking out during this meeting. That's a disruption. Any yelling out will be cause for removal of this meeting.
I didn't touch anything. Man, what is going on?
Please join us.
Ms. Hernandez, the floor is yours.
Yes.
Hi, Karen. Such a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you.
Come on in. Come on in. Thank you. Thank you, Council President. Colleagues, I am honored to be joined today by Luis Carrillo, a renowned civil rights attorney and advocate on whose shoulders many of us stand on today. For sure, there wouldn't be a me if there wasn't a Luis Carrillo. We have Luis and his family with us to celebrate his well-earned retirement and his friends as well, after 41 years of service and tireless advocacy and civil rights defense for his clients. Luis's commitment to the community dates back to the 1960s, when he championed with so many others the cause of East LA high school students during the walkouts, which aimed to rectify
I don't understand.
unequal opportunities and conditions in LAUSD schools. He later went on to pursue his undergraduate studies at UCLA and attended Holt School of Law at UC Berkeley before subsequently founding his own law practice, gaining national recognition for his unwavering commitment to justice. As many of you know, Luis was at the forefront of numerous high-profile civil rights cases. Before I talk about some of them, the work that he was doing was cutting edge at the time. The work that he was doing was brave. He was going against systems that were much more powerful and had so much more influence and had less accountability back then, but he still did it. He was at the forefront of the 2000 LAPD Rampart scandal, the 2007 MacArthur Park melee attacks against peaceful protesters by the LAPD, the 2014 LAUSD Marymount child sexual abuse case, among many, many others. We are so lucky that he is joining us in these chambers today and that we get to recognize him. Throughout his career, Luis played a pivotal role in civil rights cases that have led to changes in police department and school district trainings, policies and procedures, and improvements in the quality of life for countless community members, not just in Los Angeles, but across the country. His dedication to his clients and his relentless pursuit of justice established his reputation as a champion for civil rights and an unwavering advocate for undeserved communities. And so I am so honored to be able to acknowledge his remarkable life and career here in City Hall.
And I'm going like
After 41 years of practicing law and having truly left his mark on the legal profession and the lives of countless people who he served, Luis is retiring at the end of this year. As we honor his legacy, I would like to call him up to share a few words with us, please. Please join us, Luis. Thank you.
Yeah, all of a sudden I can't hear myself in here.
I wanted to go first and then Ms. Waters and then
Hello.
Beautiful. We'll make that happen.
Muchísimas gracias. I want to start by
throwing a grito. ¡Que viva la causa!
¡Que viva!
¡Que viva Emiliano Zapata!
¡Que viva!
Shit, yeah.
First of all, I want to thank Benny for bringing up our kids and for giving my grandchildren all the love that they need. I want to thank Karen Waters, who's here on behalf of Maxine Waters, who is a freedom fighter that I learned from.
Scared stinks.
I want to thank Oscar de León, el rey de la salsa, el sonero de América, for coming from Mexico with his wife to be here at this moment, where I humbly accept this proclamation. I say humbly because we got a lot of work to do in the future. And also, I want to say thanks to Michael, because he's following in my footsteps, to be respectful and humble for our people, for La Raza. Michael is doing that along with all our staff. And Ms. Waters, would you say a few words if you want to say anything?
Absolutely. Good morning, members of the City Council, to family, friends, and the guests in the chambers today. My name is Karen Waters, and I'm the daughter of Congresswoman Maxine Waters, who could not be here today because, of course, she is reclaiming her time in Washington, D.C., and taking care of the people's business. So on her behalf, it gives me great pleasure to present the certificate of special recognition to, as he would say, she's his shero, and to our hero, civil rights attorney, Luis Carrillo. Certificate of special recognition presented to Luis Carrillo on the occasion of being honored by the city of Los Angeles for your tireless efforts on behalf of Latino and Black communities, and in deep appreciation of your lifelong dedication to defending the rights and seeking justice for many without a voice, power, or influence. Your impressive 47-year career fighting discrimination, police brutality, and child abuse demonstrates your commitment to civil and human rights. I am proud of having worked with you to protect consumer rights over 23 years ago, and the many issues since then. Congratulations, my dear friend, on this well-deserved acknowledgement, and best wishes for continued success. Maxine Waters, Member of Congress, 43rd District, on this 12th day of December 2023.
Oh man, he got the whole plaque. He didn't even get an Opeachy folder or the Michael's frame.
Oscar, ¿quieres decir unas palabras para todo tu público? Por favor.
Encantado. Bueno, buenos días, good morning. Con el permiso
You
de
got a Star of David.
Concejales, voy a decir mi contentura, la contentura que siento por haberme invitado acá a tu reconocimiento en vida de cómo se deben hacer las cosas. Estoy contento, eres un hombre que has luchado por todos.
Bro, look at her hair. Home chick right there. Look at her hair.
Contigo. Ojalá que nunca
sitting down.
Por mí, sino que
Bro, that's a look. Look at her hair. Look at her glasses. That's a look.
En nombre de mi esposa queremos saludarte.
Did you see her back there?
No hablo inglés porque no me lo van a entender. Pero hablo español perfectamente, como tiene que ser.
I speak perfect Spanish.
Look at her, look at her.
Luis
look at
para
her.
nosotros ha sido el hombre, el puntal
She's
de
sexy
apoyo.
as fuck,
Se
For
vio
us, he has been
que
our
los latinos
sustain for all the
necesitamos
Latinos.
en momentos
Just imagine.
difíciles.
That support that Latinos need
that
in those
haircut
difficult
is
moments.
before
La mente
getting
de
banged
una
out.
persona como la que estoy nombrando piensa en Luis Carrillo.
Because when we have this situation, the first thing we think is about Luis Carrillo.
I hope she
Y
gets
yo
to
me
talk.
siento muy, pero muy feliz de estar aquí al lado de él, recibiendo contigo. Yo literalmente lo recibo y tú lo recibes de mano de esta institución que le da todo ese apoyo a ustedes cuando
love
lo
her
hacen
hair.
bien. Y tú eres un hombre
It's
que
like
lo hace
mine when I wake up.
And I am happy to be here by your side, receiving also
En
what you
nombre de
are
Luis
receiving from
Carrillo,
this institution.
Merry Christmas.
So in the name of
Merry
Luis Carrillo,
Christmas.
Do I have 2 more minutes?
Okay.
I want to thank Maxine Waters, Richard Alatorre, and Willie Brown for their work in voting rights and the reapportionment of the state legislature, because now you see a lot of Rasta, you see a lot of Latinos, you see a lot of blacks in the state legislature, thanks to Maxine Waters, Richard Alatorre, and Willie Brown. That's in the history books now, in the 1980s when they did all of this good work. And I'm just humbled to be here, to live on, to fight another day for la causa, for justice, and to try to bring down the shackles of racism in this country. And so I want to thank you all very, very, very much for all of this and for your kind words. And all I can say is, ¡que viva la revolución!
Mr. Hernandez, we have some members on the queue, if we can go to them.
Real quick, you said, let the revolution live. Just want to make sure everybody heard that.
All right. Mr. Harris-Dawson.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair, and a big round of applause for Councilwoman Hernandez for bringing this presentation. It's Mr. Carrillo. One thing I want to say to you is, coming out of the blowouts, many of the folks, as you know, that were a part of that movement ended up being the leadership of the city. And this city keeps producing rabble-rousers and revolutionaries and freedom fighters. You're standing next to one of the most amazing
homegrown terrorists
in our city at this time. And so, this tribute to you is a tribute to all those who resist.
Don't forget them.
The ones who fight.
Don't forget the
ones who
BLMs,
take up
the
struggle
Antifas,
even when it's not the most
and the
popular
like.
thing. And so thank you for your life of service.
Don't
and
forget
thank you
those
for
too.
always insisting on being on the front lines in the struggle for social and economic justice.
Thank you.
I'm
Councilwoman
looking
Rodriguez.
around. I don't see too many of the regulars.
Thank you, Ms. Hernandez, and thank you, Mr. Carrillo, for your incredible work. But I want to also thank you for acknowledging the collaboration that existed in the state legislature, which was so pivotal to finally giving us a voice. And we're not done by any means. There are those that don't understand how critical it is for us to have a seat at the table, but it came as a result of the collaboration of Richard Alatorre, of Maxine Waters, of Willie Brown, and it then emanated down here to the Los Angeles City Council, where through lawsuits, we had to achieve a seat at the table because of an Ed Roybal, because of a then opportunity that Antonia Hernandez and the Malduffs of the world created space for us to be here, for a Gloria Molina to take a seat at this table. I then became the third Latina in the city's history to serve on the city council. But it is on the shoulders of all of you that came before us to lead that fight. So thank you so much for doing it, for acknowledging that we wouldn't be here had we not fought for that space. But the fight continues. And that we must hold everyone accountable to the fact that there are interventions to prohibit us from being here. That representation does matter. That we must speak that
Always,
uncomfortable
Terry.
truth. But it is because of the legacy and the example
They're all
that you all
narcissists,
set
though.
that we remain here in that fight. So to that, I just want to say thank you for being that critical example that it does continue, the fight does continue, and thank you for all of your years of work and service. Thank you.
Always patting herself, Allison. That's what they do.
Ms.
So I tell
Hernandez
you, they're
Zapata.
always telling you about how they did this,
Thank you,
and they
Council
did that,
President.
they continue the fight.
Thank you so much for being here today, Luis. And on behalf of the entire city of
Yet
Los
their
Angeles, I wanna thank you
constituents
for
are
all
coming
that
in
you've
and
done for
complaining
Angelenos.
all day long
We wish
about
you
how
the
they ain't
very
getting
best in
nothing done for
retirement.
them.
Please, colleagues and everyone in the chambers, join me in giving a big round of applause and gratitude to Luis Carrillo. Thank you. I want to give you your flowers. We also have a certificate for you.
This is a job where I see zero results
I want to
almost.
thank Council Member Hernandez, and I also want to thank.
Did he get a double plaque?
Francisco Rivera y Salvador Sanabria, que impulsaron esta medida. Muchas gracias. And the work
Got a nice suit.
continues. My son and I will continue. We will always fight for justice.
Yes.
Justice, justice, justice.
Thank you. Let's take a quick picture. Come on, everybody. Come on. We're going to take a quick quick picture. Sí, para acá frente.
Ubíqueme porque es un
No,
caos.
aquí los van a tomar. Okay. A ver, lo vamos a poner así.
It is golf. That's what I'm saying. Enjoy every last. This could be your last Christmas. You never know. So enjoy.
Don Francisco, véngase para frente.
You're falling further into enemy hands, and that's what's happening.
Thank you.
This is a radical
Thank you very
change
much.
in this
We'll
country.
now
and
move
I don't see
to
that
public
coming.
comment. If we could read the instructions into the
Oh,
record for
we're
public
finally
comment
at
while
public
they're
comment.
finishing up.
1
Yes,
hour
Mr.
and
President.
5 minutes
As
in.
indicated on the agenda, members of the public wishing to offer public comment should call 669-254-5252
There you go,
and
call
use
in.
meeting ID number
Say hi.
160-535-8466 and then press pound. Then press pound again when prompted for a participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6 to unmute. Let me repeat. Call 669-254-5252 and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466 and then press pound. Then press pound again when prompted for a participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press
Yes,
star
BJ.
6 to unmute.
That's why I said 2024 is going to be a wild ride.
To members of the public, we have a slightly new procedure. To people providing public comment, when it is your turn to speak, either at the podium or on the phone, please state which of the agenda items you would like to speak to. You will have 1 minute per item, up to 3 minutes total, for the items open
Jalen,
for public
he is.
comment.
Him
We
and
will
Brock
tell you
are
when
awesome.
your time is up.
Shout out to Jason and Brock.
When speaking on the agenda items, you must be on topic. Our goal is to get through as
Call
many
them Mr.
speakers as we
Potato
can.
Head.
If you are not on topic, or if we cannot tell whether you are on topic, you will get one brief warning from me or the president.
Does have a big
At
head,
that
though.
point, you need to get immediately and clearly back on topic.
I'm telling you, there's
If you do
no
not
way
do
it's
so,
less than a
or if you
9
again stray off
on
topic,
that hat for a
you
new
will
era
forfeit
hat.
the rest of your speaking time.
I guarantee you
and we
he'll
will
walk
move
into
on
the
to
new
the
era
next
store
speaker.
and they ain't got nothing to fit
The
his hair.
items open
They
for
have some,
public
like,
comment
2 hats
are
cut,
1 through
one
18,
cut in half, and then they add that whole other
29,
piece to the one
and
hat.
43.
Yeah,
And
something like that.
47 through 69 and 78. So let me repeat.
it's like a hat
the
and a
items
half,
open for public
or a hat and a
comment
quarter.
are 1 through 18, 29, 43, 47 through 69, and 78.
I mean, I'm a 6 7/8, I believe.
Members of the public may also speak for
there's
up
just
to
no
1
way that
minute
ain't a
for
9.
general public comment, which will be held at the end of this meeting.
No helmets.
During
fit.
general public comment, members of the public may speak to any of the other items.
Bro,
or
that's like putting a
anything else
helmet on
in
the
the
helmet.
city's subject matter
Kidding?
jurisdiction. For members of the public calling in, when it is your turn to speak, an automated message from Zoom will prompt you to press star 6 to unmute yourself. If you do not do so, council staff will prompt you once more. At that point, you need to immediately unmute yourself, or unfortunately, you will forfeit your time and we will have to move on to the next caller. Finally, because of a brief
The
time
Mets
delay
mascot.
between the live meeting and the broadcast,
Mr.
two
Met.
things are important. First, while you're waiting for your turn to speak, please keep an ear to the
hysterical.
phone so you know in real time when it is your turn to press star 6 to unmute. Second, if you're listening to this meeting on another device, please turn down the volume on that device immediately when it is
All right,
your
I gotta
turn
ask
to
you really
speak.
quick because we hear this all
Between
the
the
time.
time delay
Do you
and
think if
feedback,
I showed
it
up
will
as
cause
Mr.
a
Met
great deal of confusion
and
if you
instead of
continue
having
to
the
listen on your
baseball
other
as a head, I
devices?
had his
Thank you.
head? Do you think they'd throw me out
Okay,
of the
I'm going
meeting?
to call
Do
a
you
few
think
names,
they'd let
and
me in?
if you hear your
I don't
name,
think
come
they'd
on
let
up
me
to the
in.
side there, and then line up. And if your name is called, you can come up when the sergeant allows you. You don't have to be in the exact order, but
Must
make
be
sure your name
extra
is called
smart.
before you come up. First names are Martha Zapata, OG Toscano, Titras Fotso, and Marta Nolansko. If you've heard your name, come on up.
Time to cry, guys.
Those
Hold on.
5 folks are coming up. The
Crying because I haven't seen Mr. Harlan.
next
Where's
3
Mr.
are
Harlan,
Lupita
man?
Martinez, Ray
Getting
Lopez
scared.
Chung, Elmer Roldan. Any of those names I've called, come on up.
No, my contact was going crazy, so just felt a little dry. So yeah.
Okay, if I've called your name,
Put
come
some
on
drops,
up. State your name to identify yourself and let us know which item or items you are speaking on.
Good morning. My name is Elmer Roldan, and I am here in support of a motion that is being introduced by Councilmember Marquise Harris Dawson. I just came from a rally this morning attended by over 100 residents representing 31 organizations.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead, City Attorney.
And Speaker, which items would you like to speak to?
Oh,
I believe you're speaking on general public comment. Which we're not having now. We're having.
I'm sorry, because you called my name up. All right, I'll come back.
Okay, those are names. If those names, if you are here for general public comment,
oh my God,
general public comment is having at the end of the meeting. Right now, we are only calling up people who are talking about a specific item that is on the agenda today.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
Okay, so are any of the folks that I called speaking on general, on something other than general public comment? Again, the names I called were Marta Zapata, O.G. Toscano, Tetris Fotso, Marta Nolansko, Lupita Martinez, Ray Lopez Chung, Elmer Roldan. Now, if you're here for general public comment, that will be at the end, in which case I'll just go to the folks who are calling on items. But please state your name and which item.
Hello, good morning, Commissioner. My name is Tetris Fotso. I am a proud member of SAGE. I'm going to speak on item number 28, 43, 45, plus general public comment. Firstly, I want to thank Council Member Raymond and Bloomfield to introduce the motion to establish right to counsel. As a tenant, I want to strongly urge you to support the right to counsel ordinance. Eviction call will never be equitable as long as landlord...
Speaker, I'm sorry, I'm pausing your time. Can you please repeat which items would you like to speak
Number
to?
28, 43, 45, the general public.
So number 28 is not open for public comment at this time. You can speak to it during general, but general public comment is at the end of the meeting. So this goes for everybody. The only items that we're taking up currently are the items open for public comment, and that is items 1 through 18, 29, 43, 47 through 69, and 78. So if you'd like to speak to any of the other items, you'll have to wait until general public comment, which again will be at the end of the meeting. So, Speaker, would you like...
43 and 45.
Craziness. See, it's such a
okay,
shit
so
show.
you have 1 minute for item 43. Go ahead and start. Thank you. So 1 minute for item 43.
Thank you. Eviction call will never be equitable as long as landlords are always represented by an attorney, but fewer than 10% of tenants have legal representation. A right to counsel will create a more level playing field for tenant and landlord in court. It also saves taxpayers money, because it will reduce and prevent illegal and unjust eviction and homelessness. No one should ever be evicted without legal representation or go to court alone, because it's mentally exhausted, it's very financially exhausting, stressful, traumatizing. We ask that you move right to counsel ordinance forward to order in order to keep as many Angelians as possible from falling into homelessness. Tenants are still in debt from the pandemic and struggling to stay current on their rent while also paying down their back rent. Tenants need support so we can prevent further eviction and increasing homelessness. This is a humanitarian issue that needs humanitarian response. Thank you.
Thank you. To be clear, folks, 43 is the ordinance to require landlords to allow companion animals in the rental unit. That's what 43 is about. I'm going to keep reading names.
It had nothing to do with what they were talking
additional
about.
Names: Dr. D, Marshall with a couple epithets, 666, Goat Puppet with a racial epithet, and then Susan, Andrew Graebner, Audrey.
You still here, Ricky Bobby? Ricky Bobby, is you still here? With racial epithets. Goat Puppet with a... I don't want to say guess the... over under 20... Ooh, let's see. Hold on. How many is he going to even talk about? He doesn't get public comment, so let's take a minute away for that. Because he's up next, guys. I'm gonna set the over under because I think he's gonna talk
morning.
about
Which
3
items
items.
would you like to speak on?
47 and 54.
I'm gonna say
Yeah,
22
no.
over or under
54.
22.
Yes, so you have 2 minutes for the items.
He
Please
already
begin.
screened me, you know. Well, at least Tracy Park is here. You know, Price hasn't honored us with his presence. But Tracy, you are ruining District 11. Nobody is on the streets anymore. People that are really great people who have been in our community for years and years are gone. Gone. Taken off the streets, and they're not in permanent housing. The people who were taken off Culver Boulevard in February, I only know one of them who has permanent housing. All the rest were sent to hotels in South Central, which means that people in South Central who need housing cannot get housing. Forcing these 4118 measures to go into effect is just making more people move to different neighborhoods, making more people houseless and not close to possible work for them, medical care for them, anything else that they need. They cannot be in their own neighborhoods. This is torture for houseless people. We have a housing emergency in this city to just push people around, just push people out. She has stripped our neighborhood of every single RV, every single solitary RV, and the city has admitted it has no place to put those people who are living in recreational vehicles. No place to put them. So, you know, okay, so I'm the privileged
put 'em
to
on
live
your
in
house.
district, but I don't want those people to be treated like pawns and be shoved around by this woman who all she cares about is her own supporters and her own money that's continually coming in. She cares nothing about houseless people.
Thank you.
Nothing.
Thank you for your.
So why don't you
Next
just buy a
speaker.
big lot of land and put them all there? Remember, under over 22. Here he goes.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Let's see, 47 and 53, 54, 55. Let's see, what else did I sign
That
up
was,
for? You have the full list on your screen.
So you have
50, 62.
So you have 3 minutes for the items that are open for public comment. Please begin.
All right, let's see. So we have, let's start off with the 4118 motions.
No, the us don't
They're
count.
they're open for comment. We have the motions from Officer Tracy, and then it was they just like tag teamed it, so it was like Officer Tracy, and then so like these vote no on these 4118 motions. You know, we're in a state of emergency and homelessness right now. Maybe, you know, maybe doing stuff like to actually help unhoused people would be the better solution right now, because this isn't it. This isn't helping anyone. This is just, you know, cruelty to unhoused people so that, you know, Tracy Park can appease, you know, the Venice sock puppet accounts on Twitter, basically. So, you know, and it's not helping anyone. I mean, I don't know what unhoused people ever did to Tracy Park, but there's nothing going on. Bye! There's nothing going on. Let's see. We have, she doesn't even want to hear us, you know, talk about how cruel she is. Okay, I guess she's still there. But she's trying to distract herself because she doesn't want to feel bad.
Stick to
Because
the
she
items.
knows what she's doing is terrible. I'm talking about the items. I'm talking about the
you're
4118 motions and Tracy Park's shamelessness on it. Let's see. We have Officer Tracy. And then there's also a 4118 motion from Curran Price, probably working with some developers or something that his wife is involved with here. We have what else do we have? We have rental assistance, So I guess doing the bare minimum for rental assistance before you get thrown out on the street and subject to 4118. Let's see. We have the fireworks, more funding for housing and services for the fireworks explosion. So we're still dealing with the after effects of that explosion. 2 years later, this is really ridiculous. I mean, what they did was completely out of line, out of order, out of anything. And we're still feeling the effects of it. Still, taxpayers are still on the hook for their carelessness and violence, and people are still displaced because of it. Yeah.
Okay, next
Wow,
speaker, please.
30. At 30, Andy, I believe you got 3 uhs in there. You got to remember, uhs don't count. It's the
And Speaker, before you begin, I'd just like to ask that
30
everybody who's out
So
there,
whoever said over
here in the
22
council
is a
chambers and
winner
member of the
today.
public, to please hold your applause till after the speakers are done. I did hear a handful of people that were yelling out, and it made it difficult to hear what the speaker was saying. So specifically, I did hear Camille Lewis, and I heard the gentleman in the back. I think he's wearing a black shirt, and he has a beard and is standing up. So both of you would consider yourselves, please, formally warned, do not disrupt the public comment. We all need to hear what the individual speakers are saying. So, good morning, Speaker.
Who, me?
If you could please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak on.
Yes, sir. And I appreciate that decorum reminder. My name's Adam Smith, and I signed up for 47 and 54.
Okay, so you have 2 minutes for the items. Please
Decorum.
Right on. Thank you.
Silencio.
Yeah, my name's Adam. I'm from the LA Community Action Network. Unlike this city council and your policies, I am a fan of the melodies of life, and as such, I will offer my comments on items 47 and 54 in the form of a song.
Oh, shit, yeah. Like
See if you can
Stacey.
spot this one. There's 6 unhoused people dying every day. And what is it the city council's going to say? Sit down, shut up. It doesn't matter that we're corrupt. 'Cause we've got 5 more that we gotta kill today. Expanding the ways to criminalize the poor like 4118. I hope the pain and shame is something you can't ignore. Your infrastructure of civilities built on memories and souls. Hope the pain and shame is something you can't ignore. Everybody! There's 6 unhoused people dying every day. And what is it the city council's going to say? What are you going to say, Bob? Sit down, shut up. It doesn't
Mr.
matter
Herman
that
over
we're
there.
corrupt.
Look at him.
We got 6 more that we gotta kill today. Come on, Bob.
Bro,
It's a solo, no chorus
There's
allowed.
6 unhoused
This
people dying
No
every
chorus
day.
allowed. Only solo.
And what is it the city council's going to say?
Chorus will be removed.
Down, shut up. It doesn't matter that we're corrupt.
It's Spindler and
We
Herman
got 6
singing
more
over there.
that we gotta kill today. Right, Tracy?
Let's get it.
There's 6 unhoused people dying every day. And what is it the city council's going to say? Sit down,
All right, you
shut
hit the
up.
quota.
Your
That's
time has
it.
expired.
This
Next
is
speaker?
awesome. I can't.
All right, thank you.
Are you still here, Ricky Bobby?
Wrap it up.
Again, Speaker, your time
All
has
right.
expired. Thank you.
Thank
Next
you.
speaker.
Next speaker.
Speaker, I need you to vacate the podium so we can continue.
Ricky
with
Bobby,
public
you still
comment.
here?
Next speaker.
Okay.
All right. Anybody who's continuing to sing is going to be removed.
What do you mean someone feed you?
Sergeants, please remove everybody singing in the back.
No.
Time is over. Anybody standing up and singing, remove them, please.
Everybody has been warned multiple times to not disrupt.
Not
this public
everybody.
comment. So
Okay.
Not if you came later into the meeting.
Next speaker. We will have order in this. No yelling out.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Don't get kicked out before they. Oh, come on. Come on.
Go ahead, Mr. Herman.
Viewer discretion is
please
advised.
remove whoever's yelling out there right now. Mr. Smith, you yelled out. You need to leave. You've been warned multiple times. Out. Sergeant's going to show him the door.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Mr. Smith, great song, but you got to go. You can't keep yelling. Okay, please remove her as well. Just, Sergeant, you go to the back, please, right now, and remove anybody who has yelled out. We will have order in this meeting. Okay, there's another one. Out.
Up, there's another one.
Anybody else want to be removed? You just leave now. Just make it easier for us, please.
Oh.
We have a meeting to conduct. We have a lot of important business.
Somebody's big mad.
Sergeant, please remove the folks who are yelling out who have been identified.
Somebody's big mad.
Whoever that is, out as well. Anybody yelling, out.
And Mr. Chair, I believe the sergeants have identified as the
Silencio.
gentleman in the black shirt with the beard.
Decorum.
Already been warned individually multiple
If you would all do me a favor, remove yourselves if you're going to leave. But Sergeant, show them the door. You got to go out. You're yelling and out at this meeting. You've got to leave.
So Adam Smith, I believe you've been told by the chair that you've been
Shit,
removed
Chad
from
Adam
this meeting
Smith.
after
Big ups
receiving
to him.
multiple
Great
warnings
song.
for disrupting this meeting.
Giving Stacy a run for her money.
So please leave the meeting quietly. So that we
Stacy,
can
the
proceed
Grammy
with
might
public
not
comment.
be for you now. Stacy, you got to work a little harder.
No idea what you're talking about. Please leave. Can't yell out.
I hear the goat. You hear him? He's doing it. I can hear him in there.
Okay, Mr. Herman, while they're sorting that out, if you could go ahead and your
All right,
very
viewer
worthy
discretion
comments,
is
I'm sure.
advised.
Please come forward. Mr. Herman, start your comments.
Ricky Bobby, this is why we
All right,
watch
Camille
this
Lewis,
shit.
you've won yourself an ejection. Please leave.
The BLM chick gets
Camille Lewis, you've been
ejected.
called out for yelling. Go ahead.
She gets kicked out every day now.
Anybody else want to yell out?
She doesn't even get up to talk ever.
Get these people out here, man.
We will have order in this meeting.
Fucking Herman.
We have real business to conduct.
Real business. Get ready for the real business in T-minus 20 seconds. Get ready. Viewer discretion is advised. It is pure entertainment, Kev.
Okay, Mr. Herman.
Here goes the fire.
Mr. Herman, which items would you like to speak to?
Well, I want to speak on all motherfucking items, starting with 1 through fucking 18.
Have 3 minutes for the
29
items.
through
Please begin.
43 only, and 42 to 69, and 78 only, and my non-agenda public comment.
The
Your
fire
time has already
rises.
started, but your non-agenda general public comment will be at the end of the
Well,
meeting.
look, I've been waiting for Dr. Dre to show up so that we can recommend council to memorialize Dr. Dre when he wrote the music for NWA, Niggers with Attitude.
Mr. Herman, I can't tell which item you're speaking on, so please
Well-
identify the item.
Well, you told me 43 through 69, and Dr. Dre's on 62, you fucking potato face. I'm on the right subject, am I not? Just because I'm a little different from you and you're fat and retarded, I'm just trying to talk about Hollywood Walk of Fame. Dr. Dre, you know, niggas with attitude, what? But you continue to disrupt my ceremony of Dr. Dre, because Dr. Dre is the most infamous, badass nigger to talk about you black niggas fucking up our communities and the social well-being of how we live in Los Angeles. Hey, dirty nigger, come on. What's up with that noise?
Mr. Herman, you've exhausted your 1 minute on that item. Please move on to another
Okay.
item.
Then I'm gonna go into the other item about Mr.
Hold this time for just
Oh,
one
come
moment.
on.
I just want folks to know that we do not agree with his horrible and racist language that this person brings in many, many times. We are unfortunately under court rulings. We have to listen to this kind of trash. But in no way does this council agree with this nonsense. So I know it is infuriating for folks hearing it, and it's infuriating for us as well. But let this racist person continue with his obscene comments. Go ahead, Mr. Herman. Run his time
Not yet, Bubba.
so we can get him out quickly. Go.
Bro, but Brandenburg versus Ohio supports me in item 55 in CD9, Mr. Price, who's under an indictment this Friday. And what about you, Mr. Bloomfield? You call me a racist? You fucking
Stick
don't
to the
support...
agenda items, Mr. Herman. This is your last and only warning.
I'm here to support fucking housing for the fucking service to individuals displaced, motherfucker, on item 55. And you continue to interrupt me on the East 27th Street explosion where the fucking cops blew up a home. So I know I'm on item 55, but you continue to say I'm not. So fuck you on item 55 now. And then what about communication on CD10? Where is Mark Ridley Thomas? Is he going to be indicted? Well, fuck item 52 for the record too.
Already.
And what about what were the items you said, sir? Because I'm a little confused. You said 69? 66? Time is running. Well, let's go to item number 1. Fuck item number 1. Fuck item number 2. And fuck the juju racist motherfucker up there. 42 USC 1983 politely.
Byers,
fuck
if you're off topic. Next speaker.
Straight mental illness. Straight fucking crazy. Oh man, that is what mental
Just to
illness
get some
looks
other
like,
folks
ladies
to
and
come
gentlemen.
up and line up.
Oh,
Ana
Spindler.
Najera, Asiel Roblero, Ruth Ventura, Alejandro Navarro, Isabel Garcia, Arcelia Ceterino. If you've heard your name, please come on up.
And you don't need to come up and speak in that order. So, good morning. Which items would you like to speak on?
Yes, Pumpkinhead. All items in general public comment.
So, you can't give general public comment at this time. That's at the end of this meeting. But you have 3 minutes for the items 1 through 18, 29, 43, 47 through 69.
Just remember, they all get to
78.
come back
Please
for
begin.
general comment, guys.
Number 62, niggas with attitudes, yo. Dr. Dre getting motherfucking star on the Walk of Fame. Let's give him a hand. Right on. That's right, John Lee's favorite rapper, yo. He moved over to fucking Malibu, and every time, Unisys, he comes out of his parking lot, they fuck with the police on him even today. Great music by this great producer, but Dr. Dre wouldn't be shit without his producer sitting in a federal prison cell. The great producer from Death Row Records, man. Death Row, let's give him a hand. Wouldn't been shit. Easy motherfucking E. He should get another star right there. Easy E was the soul of everything else. And of course, let's not forget Tupac Shakur, and we all know he's still alive, and he will be making his music re-debut in 2025. Let's give him a hand. He'll be back again. So now we get to the other bullshit that we have here. Number 1, I don't even read. I can barely read, but I read numbers. I say fuck number 1. Number 2, fuck number 2, and Nithya Ramanoodle and her so-called nuisance abatement. The only nuisance abatement in CD4 is Nithya Ramanoodle. Applaud if you agree. She's a goddamn traitor, traitor to the goddamn Democratic Party, traitor to the Israeli folk,
Mr.
traitor
Spindler,
to Hamas.
please stick to the item itself.
God bless Allah. Number 3, motherfucking municipal code on the Blick Street. That's the petty pink skin dictator, motherfucker. Number 4, CD9, the indicted one. What's he doing? Municipal code violations. How can an indicted felon fine people on their property for $10,675 when he is up on criminal charges? I believe that's a conflict of interest. But the indicted one continues on number 5. Then number 6, $29,000 lien, $20,000 lien by this fucking criminal. How come this criminal doesn't do what Eunices Hernandez does, where she waives the liens whenever possible so people stay in their homes? And then CD3, the filthy Jew, blee, blob, and bleal, killing the people for $14,556. Is that in Israeli money or is that in American dollars? Fuck you. Then number 8, Nithya again attacking people. And number 9, CD12, John Lee. Please, the FBI wants you to forgive that lien as part of your cooperation.
Your time
Thank
has
you,
expired. Next speaker.
Yes, it's
Okay,
just
next speaker.
It's just mental illness. I mean, why would you tell God to bless God? God to bless another God.
Tardes, días.
Good.
Mi nombre es Eva García.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Ana Garcia.
Vengo a hablar por el comentario general y el 43.
I want to make a general public comment.
So
and
general
the
public
43.
comment is not until the end of this meeting. So is there a specific item that you would like to speak to?
El comentario general no es hasta el final. ¿Cuál es el punto o el artículo específico del que quiere hablar?
43.
The 43.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for item 43. Please begin.
Ok, tiene un minuto para el 43. Por favor, comience.
Quiero pedir que no sean, que no desalojen a las personas porque tienen mascotas, porque también necesitan ser protegidas. Y eso también es para proteger a nuestros inquilinos, que necesitamos un cancelamiento de renta, ya que
They will, Mel.
Traducir la señora, sí,
They're
por
all
favor, I
coming
want to
back.
request that they do not evict those people that have pets. They should be protected. Continúe, por favor.
en esta pandemia mucha gente se quedó sin trabajo
During this pandemic, many people lost their work.
y estresados, y es por eso que
I can't zoom in
tuvieron que
anymore
adquirir
because
una
when I do it,
mascota,
it mutes
And they were
everything.
very stressed, so they had to get a pet
y ahora
companion.
pedimos que hagan un cancelamiento de renta
And now
I mean,
we
we could
are
try it
asking
again, but
that
I don't
you
think it's
please
gonna
cancel
work.
the rent.
y también pedimos porque haya abogados gratuitos para nuestra comunidad.
And also we are requesting that we have free lawyers for our community.
Que ahora son desalojados hasta por tener una mascota.
That now we are being evicted just for having a pet.
Entonces, les pido a todos ustedes que apoyen el cancelamiento de renta y abogados gratuitos para defiendan a nuestros inquilinos.
So I'm requesting all of you that please to give us a free lawyers to defend our tenants and also to cancel the rent.
Porque este febrero va a haber una ola de desalojos porque ya no va a haber protecciones para ellos.
Because if not, it's going to be a wave of evictions because there's no more protections for all these tenants.
Entonces nuestra comunidad necesita mantener una vivienda.
Our community needs to keep our homes.
Y les pedimos que por favor mantengan nuestra comunidad en sus hogares.
So please, we are asking that you keep our community in their homes.
Gracias.
Next speaker.
All right, let's try this again.
Good morning. If you could please.
All right, so it's zoomed in. Can you hear it? See?
And I want to talk about
See,
article
something's
number
wrong. I don't know what
43
it's
and
happened.
general public comment.
I
Señora,
can't
no hay
zoom on
comentario
this
general
side.
hasta el final, así que puede hablar del
I don't know.
43 solamente.
Something happened.
Okay, so yes, you have 1 minute for
It's
item
always
43.
something, man.
If you'd like to speak during general, you can do so at the end of this meeting.
Tiene un minuto para el 43. Y si desea, después de la reunión, puede hablar del comentario público general.
Estoy aquí porque no quiero de que las mascotas sean desalojadas junto con sus dueños.
I am here because I don't want the pets to be evicted together with their owners.
Porque hay muchos animalitos en las calles, están muriendo de hambre.
There are so many like little animals in the street and they are like dying of hunger.
En mi caso, tengo mascotas en mi casa. Una de mis hijas cayó en depresión y ansiedad.
In my case, I do have pets at my home and my daughter fell into a depression and anxiety.
intentó quitarse la vida,
She tried to commit suicide.
pero los perritos cuando miraban que ella estaba triste, siempre se acercaban a ella, la abrazaban, jugaban con ella, la lambían.
So the dogs, when they would notice that she was sad, they would like cuddle and lick her and hug her and to kind of like cheer her up.
Así que por favor, deberían de tomar acción porque no tenemos, estoy a punto de ser desalojada, no tengo para dónde ir con todas mis hijas. ¿Qué voy a hacer en la calle con ellas?
So please, I'm asking you to take action because I'm about to
I'm
be
gonna go feed
evicted and
Sticks.
I don't have anywhere to go. And with all my children on the street, what am I going to do with
Be
all
right
of
back,
them?
guys.
Y les doy muchas gracias.
All
Si
right.
toman esto, por favor, pónganse en los zapatos de los pobres.
So I am grateful if you listen to this. So please put yourself on the shoes of the people that are low income and
Thank
they're
you.
poor.
Next speaker, please.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name that you signed up
Buenos
under.
días, mi nombre es Araceli Ceturino y vengo a hablar de la 43.
Good morning. My name is Araceli
apoyar y
Saturnina
hablar
and I want to talk about
sobre las
43.
familias
I want to talk about the families.
I'm sorry, which item would you like to speak on?
43.
So you have 1 minute for item 43.
Tiene un minuto para el artículo número 43.
Vengo a hablar sobre las familias que tienen mascotas que desalojaron durante la pandemia y pues yo veo que no es justo que hagan esto porque hay muchas mascotas que no pueden estar solas en la calle, necesitan de nosotros. Y pues no es justo que sean desalojados solo por tener mascotas en sus casas, en sus hogares.
So I come here to talk about the families that have pets and that they were evicted and during the pandemic. This is not fair. The pets is not fair that cannot be alone in the streets. So we need to keep our pets and to not be evicted because we have pets.
Y también vengo a hablar sobre la 45, que es queremos el cancelamiento para el congelamiento de rentas y también queremos abogados gratuitos que nos representen para que no seamos desalojados.
I also want to talk about the 45, that is like to freeze the rent. We also need lawyers so they can defend us for free so we are not evicted.
Speaker, item number 45 is not open for public comment, but you can speak to it during general at the end of this meeting.
El número 45 no está disponible para hacer comentarios públicos ahora, pero después al final de la reunión, si quiere, usted puede hablar de eso.
Ok, bueno, muchas gracias y que tengan buen día.
Okay, thank you and have a good day.
Thank you. Next speaker. That's it for those names. Let me read a few more names. I think we read Mr. Pancake, Patricia Rocho, Pete White, Ruth Ventura. If you've heard your name, come on up. And someone else who signed up under Senator Zavala, Sylvia Marroquin. If you're still here and you've heard your name come up, please come forward. All right, I'll read some more names. Susana Faria, Silvia Arenas, Ivan Machado, Alicia Godinez. If I've called your name, please line up on the side of the room.
Hello, the mistletoe.
Which item would you like to speak on, sir?
Move right forward, sir. Good morning, everybody.
To begin,
All right,
which items would you like to speak
Okay,
to?
I'm about to mention items, City Council. 47 and 54, if I may proceed.
Yes, so you
Do
have
I
2
have
minutes.
permission?
You have 2 minutes for the items.
Okay, I'm
47
gonna
and
okay. Let me
54.
get my 2 minutes.
And if you
Okay.
could just please remind us of the name that you signed up under.
Okay, I am Mr. Pancake. I am an organizer, activist.
I had waffles this morning.
Artist with Los Angeles Community Action Network. Speaking the 4118. First of all, I love my city. This is my city, born and raised here in Los Angeles. I remember when Mayor Tom Bradley would allow our houseless neighbors to sleep in these chambers, believe it or not. A few thoughts I have. The answer to houselessness is housing. Do you agree, everybody? Let's halt these enforcements and get folks housed. Talking to lots of people is concerned. And I move that we have more town hall type council meetings and actually let the people speak. Housing is a human right. What do we want? When do we want it? There are 6 houseless people a day that are dying in the streets. I knew 2 of our houseless neighbors that made their transition. It's very sad. So again, we're asking that we halt, these enforcements. Current Price, Tracy Park, and that's why we're here. I am Mr. Pancake. Happy holidays, everybody. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Can I get a right on?
Thank you.
Do you think his legitimate last name is Pancake? It'd be awesome if it's on his birth certificate.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak to.
Yes. Good morning. Item 43. My name is Yvonne Anel Machado, and I live in City 1. And I have a pet, and because my daughter was in the university, I acquired her pet. And it is emotionally support, especially graduating from the University of Washington, where it rains a lot. And as a single parent, I was illegally locked out multiple times. And because we don't have a lawyer, there's a lot of families like us that need right to counsel and that they have pets, and we don't want them to be displaced because of what's going on. So we're asking this board to please support us in passing also the right to counsel, and our emotional pets are family members to us, and keep them housed, even though they're not our dependents on our taxes, but they are providing emotional support during this crisis. So please keep that in mind. Whether you have one or not, have empathy for the elderly also who have pets and the people that are homeless. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much. Next speaker, please. And I'm going to read some additional names while you're coming up. Noel Weiss, Cassidy Bennett, Georgina Sereno, Edna Monroy, Shay Yavor.
Che Guevara?
Hello.
That's what he said.
My name is Sylvia Marroquin. I'm an organizer for SAGE, and I'm going to be speaking on item 43.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
Thank you. So I was wondering, where is Herb Wesson? He used to be our chair speaker here, and we used to start the day with asking, where can we provide this pet a house? I used to think, oh my goodness, but we have so many people on the street. We should be providing housing for people. But in these days, people, the only thing they have is a pet that they can count on for love, or, a very bad day with the landlords harassing them. Please support the people that cannot be out on the streets with their pets. And please support the right to counsel so that they can get provided legal representation in courts when they need it. Thank you.
Yeah, right. Harassing for just asking for the rent.
Good morning.
Did you go eat your meal down the street and not pay them?
You signed up under and the
and then come back and eat another meal?
Yes. My name is Noel, N-O-E-L, last name Weiss, W-E-I-S-S.
Fuck out of here, dude.
Item 53.
Everything free.
Councilwoman
That's the
Yaroslavsky's
motto.
motion
Hey, what are you doing?
I guess, get some funding, $50,000, to either make loans or grants to tenants to kind of sue them over. That's obviously a good idea in theory, but I think we need to go beyond that, which is to advocate and empower the people by giving them more relocation money. Right now, it's $11,000 and $22,000, the higher amount being for families, senior, and disabled.
I know,
We are in a
Ricky.
position, because I just
gonna
negotiated a
suck,
deal
too.
with 13 tenants in Mr. Soto Martinez's district. They were being evicted under an Ellis Act declaration. I contend it was phony. The landlord did not net. They had $200,000 Ellis money. I got them another $400,000. That was a negotiated deal. That's a marketplace representation. $100 million plus since 2007 has been paid out. It hasn't blocked development. You got to consider, people. You ran for office trying to protect the people. Please consider somebody standing up and introducing a motion to double these relocation fees to 22
Speaker,
and
your time
44.
has
Thank you
expired.
very much.
Your time is up.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Hi, I'm Edna Monroy, and I'm here for item 43.
Okay,
I am part of SAGE and the Keep LA House Coalition. I am here to remind council members that pets are family members. And right now, shelters are at capacity, and tenants that are getting displaced and evicted cannot, as of now, cannot take their pets with them to shelters. We have plenty of those stories. One of those cases is, her name is Alejandra. She's a trans woman. She has 2 pets that she had to borrow someone's house, have someone take care of her dogs because she was not offered a spot in shelters. So I want to remind you all that this is also part of the issue that we're dealing with, because unfortunately, a lot of these pets are emotional support animals, and Kaisers and other insurance companies are not providing emotional support animal letters. Thus, the landlord keeps harassing, and that leads to eviction. So we need protections with renters, for renters with pets. Thank you.
So doesn't that mean all pets are emotional, support animals? My parrot is, my turtle is, my, whatever, my snake.
Good afternoon. If you could please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like
Go
to
on
speak to.
eBay and get the snake a little vest.
Item
Says
43.
emotional support
Okay,
snake.
so you have 1 minute for item 43.
Thank you. My name is Cassidy Bennett. I am an attorney at the Legal Aid Foundation and a tenant in District 4. I really want to thank Council Members Rahman and Blumenfeld for introducing our right to counsel, Councilmember Hernandez for introducing a rent debt report back motion, and I'm really excited about a chance to protect pets that are currently living in units, especially that have lived there for years. Like I said, at LAFLA, we see many tenants facing eviction without support. We're obviously able to support only a fraction of them. And so often rights around pets or other issues can bring up more confusion around their cases. We really ask that you move to support this motion today, as well as a right to counsel. And again, thank you for taking action on rent debt. Thank you.
Somebody can see you. They all want to see you, but they can't see you right there.
Anyone else? We'll read a few more names, and then we're going to have to close this. Rob Kwan, Cassidy Bennett, Georgina Serrano. If you heard your name, come on up.
Shit, yeah. Fresh fish. Fresh
Good afternoon.
fish,
Which
fresh
items would you
fish,
like to speak to?
Fresh fish.
I'd like to speak on item 47.
Oh,
and
he's been here
54.
before.
Okay, so you have 2 minutes for the items. Please begin.
Just over 250 days ago, we had a rare moment of truth in this council chambers. Councilmember Yaroslavsky spoke about 4118 and described it as a quote-unquote elaborate shell game, that we were kicking the can down the road. And there was a report requested to come back within 60 days, and seems like we're kicking the can down the road and even hearing that. It was refreshing to hear some honesty. Probably got you in trouble with some of your colleagues, but I think that kind of honesty is necessary and a good thing. Way too many of you get in behind this horseshoe and convince yourselves, delude yourselves, that because you're working hard, you're doing good things, that's enough. So I just really appreciate our council members looking at the bigger picture and wondering, what the hell are we doing? So I'll leave it at that. Shout out Adam of the Smiths. And you do read his TikTok, Bob.
Okay.
Bob got caught on
speaker.
TikTok.
Any of those names? It looks like none of.
Caught
Okay, we're
you,
gonna
Bob.
Move into the phones.
Got
For
called
virtual
out for
public
being on
comment.
TikTok. That's Bob right there.
Speaker on the phones. If you would like to speak on a specific item, please press star 9 to raise your
All right.
hand.
And to
Or
the folks yelling out from the back, please leave. I know you're on your way out, but sergeants, make sure they leave now. You're officially
Kicked
exited
out.
from this meeting for yelling out.
Oh, come on.
Okay. Please let the record. Rule 12, Rule 7.
Mr.
If we could kind
President,
of
I've
grow
been
up
told-
here and actually have a meeting, folks. Okay. Let's go to the phones.
First speaker, what items would you like to speak on?
Yeah, it's Eric Previn, and I'd like to know which items are open for comment during this period, and what assurance do I have that I'll be able to give a general public comment?
Mr. Previn, hold on just 1 second. Let me reiterate for everybody we've now moved on to public comment on the items for people on the phones. So the items that are open for public comment are 1 through 18, 29, 43, 47 through 69, and 78. So if you are on the phones and would like to speak on these items or request to speak on these items, please press star 9 to raise your hand now. And I recommend that you press star 9 even if you think you've done it already, just in an abundance of caution. So, Mr. Previn, which items would you like to speak to?
Well, I'd like to speak on all of them.
I have 3 minutes for
love
the
it.
items, up to 1 minute per item. So please begin.
Okay, well, I want to congratulate Mr. Shagarian, the attorney who took the city after multiple appeals for $8 million over the kind of lawsuit against the government by an employee that would ordinarily settle for about $40,000. But during the decade that Paul Krikorian and Bob Blumenfield hulked around upstairs, turning their backs on a cop who broke his knee or hurt his knee, and appealing, and Mr. Shagarian finally prevailed for his client, Mr. Thomas. And $8 million walked out today on item whatever it was. And I don't know I didn't get a chance to look up that $9 million settlement that you had today, which I'm very, very,
Mr.
very
Previn,
curious
to the
about,
extent
because
that
I
you're
know that you
speaking
work
to items
extremely
70
hard
through
up in innovation.
77, Mr. Can you?
I'm sorry, 69.
Yes, items.
Wait, is 69 not on the agenda?
Is open for
I'm
public
sorry,
comment.
Groot, you want to litigate what's on the agenda with me? Is that what we're doing now, or are you going to let me speak for my time?
Ooh, it's lawyer to lawyer.
69 is open for public comment, but 70 through 77 are not. So again,
Right,
please
these are
stick to the
potential
items
cases and a
and go ahead and
significant
restart his
exposure to
time.
litigation. But you want to define how I define significant exposure to litigation?
Speak to the items, Mr. Previn. Go
This
ahead.
is really not a good strategy because, you create a web of massive confusion. Let me go on to ones you understand, like the lien items. Okay, like the other guy. Don't interrupt me, ever, again, okay? But look, $29,000 is a lot for a lien. I would admit that. But you have to ask Curran Price, who's indicted now, how long they chase these guys to clean up the mess or to take down the fence or to block people from sleeping in the garage. Hey, wait, don't we have an affordability crisis? Shut up, Mr. Previn! Oh, okay, sorry. And Unisys is waiving liens in her district most of the time, I understand. But Blumenfield, nobody loves to chime in with a good sense of humor more than Blumenfield when he's leaning on his constituents. And we do appreciate it because, you have to keep your head on straight in this environment. This is a dizzying circus of confusion that's been created by Paul Krikorian and Avak Kawadian in order to slide through the Shagarian and other initiatives. This is a mockery of 6 mockeries built into a lien of a sham is what this is, okay? Now, in terms of Park, she is doing an excellent, excellent job down by the airport. She knows that the only way for the community to have real engagement is to change the rules to the public comment meetings, and to do it in contradiction of Rule 7, Paul Krikorian has decided that instead of the rule that was thought out and approved to have people address general public near the beginning of the meeting so they could go to work.
Mr. Previn,
Instead, he's decided,
you're
no,
off the,
no, we're
the
not going to
agenda
do
item,
that.
so please stick to the agenda items.
I am. This is upcoming litigation, 69.
69?
Exposure to litigation. You could be sued. A lot of people don't have the energy to make it through the agenda to figure out that you're violating your own rules, which is a cause of action that could be mounted alongside the other Brown Act violations, like reading out information about a case, item 77, but then not taking public comment on it when it's in front of the, because you say you took it in committee, but we never saw those numbers in committee. So Grote, I don't want to get your little ears burning with anger because you're such an imbecile, but that is actually a violation of the Brown Act. And if you don't think the city council would ever violate the Brown Act when you moved in here from Colorado or wherever you're from, they do. And we took them to court repeatedly because they
Evan,
pretend
this is your
Preparing
last
is a
warning.
master-
Please get back on topic or you're going to forfeit the rest of your speaking
Item
time.
69 is exposure to litigation. Snake oil salesmen can be sued. They try as best they can and they don't succeed. Let me go to the lean one that you like.
Fucking
'Cause you
love
like
Eric.
simple things. 47 and 54. Okay? I like those items because those items allow us to cozy up to the idea
Okay, thank you.
that
Next
we
speaker.
thought it was a bad idea to move people
Mr.
around. in
Previn,
the
your
city of
time has
Lubbock.
expired.
It's fucked up. That was a lawyer on lawyer
Next
straight
speaker.
UFC
Well, Adams,
in
would
the
you like to speak
octagon
on?
brawl, verbally right there. Eric fucking dug into him. I love it, dog. Eric's a good. He's a. They're both attorneys.
Speak with the last four digits 3763.
They love to argue.
Please press star
That's what
6
they
to
do for a
mute
living.
yourself.
Argue in courts. Oh yeah, he was heated. Shout out to Eric Previn.
Caller with the last four digits, 3763. This is your last opportunity.
Shit.
Please press star 6 to
That was a
unmute.
that was a good little brawl. A verbal brawl.
Okay, we still can't hear you, so we're going to have to move on to the next caller.
Verbal
Next caller?
sparring at its best.
What? They wouldn't even let us talk on the speaker.
Can't hear her.
I'm sorry, speaker, can you please
They
turn
cannot hear me.
Yes, can you please turn down the volume of whatever is in the background? It's causing some feedback.
I
And can you
apologize.
please let us know which of the items you would like to speak to?
This is what I heard, Ada.
I'm sorry, one more time.
A
Which
few of them
items
got
would you like
replaced
to
at
speak
different
to?
times each. I couldn't tell you exactly. You'd have to look that up for yourself. I couldn't give you the exact answer. Some
Caller,
are
we
up
still
for
can't
re-election.
hear you very
Some
well.
were just put in because of
no,
others getting
Ada.
indicted.
Yes, we can hear you now. Which items would you
were
like to speak
listening,
to?
but I was on the phone.
And 3 were
Where? The
indicted,
husband?
so it's confusing. 3 out of the 15. It's a sizable number.
Speaker,
You Cindy?
we can't understand you. We'll have to move to the next speaker. I'm
What?
sorry. Next speaker.
Next speaker. What items would you like to speak on?
It's a real shit show, Eater. That's just what it is. That's why we
Speak
watch
with the
it.
last four digits 8130. Please press star 6 to mute yourself.
And these two guys, let me move myself, are the best. That's the Batman and the Joker of evil.
Caller, the last
right where
four
these
digits,
two guys are, right next to where I was
8130.
sitting.
This is your last opportunity. Please press star 6 to unmute yourself.
That's like having two 5-year-olds sitting together, just going off.
Okay, unfortunately, we're going to have to go on to the next caller because we can't hear you yet. Next caller?
Next caller. What items would you like to speak on?
I'm having audio problems again? Yeah, great. The gremlin's back.
Speak with the last four digits
gremlin's
6380. Please press star 6 to mute yourself.
Oh, yeah. Gremlin's back.
Speaker with the last four digits,
We're on the
6380.
phone.
Please press
Let's
star
get
6
it.
to unmute. This
Come
is your
on.
last opportunity to speak.
Call in if you want. I don't know if they'll take you now, but you can try. Good. Thank
Okay,
you.
are there any more
Thank you,
speakers in the
Red.
queue?
Yes, there are 4 more.
There's
Okay,
4
please
more
call
in
the
the
next
queue.
speaker.
Bet you Brock and Jason, one of them's in there.
Next speaker. What items would you like to speak on?
They're having audio issues. Oh, there we go.
Hi, I would like to speak about Kevin Delio about evictions and housing.
Let's get it, girl. Lay that shit down.
So, caller, I'm going to need you to identify the items you would like to speak to. The items that are open for public comment at this time are 1 through 18, 29, 43, 47 through 69, and 78.
Through 69?
Do you know which one specifically would be within housing? I don't know those numbers. I apologize, but I'm not prepared. I don't know the number for housing. I'm sorry.
She about to cry?
So item 43 deals with housing, but it's specific with regards to companion animals.
What's up, Alan?
Okay. Do you have any items that have anything to do with evictions?
We can't. If you have a comment on the item, you can need to comment on the item. We can't have this back and forth. We're going to have to. Not speaking to the items directly. We're going to have to move to the next speaker.
Okay, then I guess item 43. I need help with housing, please. I am desperate at this point. I'm damn near about to be homeless. Please help me. I just got locked out of my house today. I need help. Any resources that you have, please, can you help me?
Okay, this isn't the forum for that, but if you contact any one of our staffs or contact our offices, we are absolutely happy to help you, or call 211 as well. But this is not the forum for that. This is public comment, and we'll have to move to the next speaker. But please do contact our offices so we can help connect you with services. Next speaker, please.
Okay, thank you.
Next speaker. What items would you like to speak on?
I do too, Terry, because I'm sure it's true. I mean, it's rough living here, man. It is. And you can tell these people don't care about the people that are hurting.
Speaker with the last four digits, 7536.
Yet they tax the shit out of the people that work really hard to help those folks, and that money doesn't get there.
Good morning. This is Diana Prado, and I'd like to speak on agenda item number 43.
Great. So you have 1 minute for item number 43. Please begin.
Good morning. My name is Diana Prado, and I'm the founder and board president of Heart LA, Housing Equity and Advocacy Resource Team. And I'd like to ask the council to support agenda item number 43. I understand that there was also some additional amendments that possibly may be provided, and I just would like to ensure that the companion animals and tenants are protected, and that the tenants aren't facing the violence of threatened eviction, and that pets aren't needlessly surrendered into the already overpopulated shelter system. I applaud Councilmember Hernandez for bringing this motion, and that we are in support of this motion, as is.
Well, while you think about yourself and not your neighbor, I could hear your dog going off. Maybe you should quiet that dog down and not have another. And yeah, that's why a lot of landlords don't want that in there, because you're bothering the rest of the folks.
Is that it for all the speakers?
Because it's not all about you.
On the phones?
There are more speakers.
There are more.
Next speaker. What items would you like to speak on?
Good morning. Which one is the 4118 items?
So there are two 4118 items. I believe they are, give me just 1 minute. Item 47 and 54.
47 and 54. Okay, I'll take those items. I also like to speak on item number 46.
So item number 46 is not open for public comment, but you can speak to it during general public comment, which is at the end of this meeting. So for now, you have 2 minutes for items 47 and 46. Please begin. Sorry, 47 and 54. Please begin.
Okay. All right. So I just want to say 46 is on the section where it says hearing has not been held. Just want to let you know that. So
I get that, Mike, but some do it more excessively, wouldn't you say?
Okay.
Some dogs are really quiet.
So for the items regarding to 4118, now what I'd like to ask is, does the city council have a rule where, like an ordinance where we can give people 72 hours to clear their stuff out before it gets tossed? Because if you're going to have cleaning crews just come out all of a sudden and they just throw people's stuff away, people have their personal items and they'll just lose everything, and it's just sad. Anyways, I like to speak on 46, so when is that going to be available?
So the public hearing for item number 46 has already been held. You can speak to it during general, but that will be at the end of this meeting. So for now, if you'd like to speak to items 47 and 54, you may. You still have about 56 seconds.
Yes. I'll just say yes, I do support 4118 because we do need
it's true, Dragon.
The homeless people to be cleared away from schools, public areas, certain like public areas like a public library. I do support it, especially in areas where there's been like a large drug use going on and a lot of encampments going on, blocking sidewalks. And it's good that we have 4118 because we have disabled people who can't use their wheelchair or walk on the sidewalk, and they have to be forced to walk around the sidewalks just to get around the homeless encampment. So yes, supporting 4118. Thank you.
Who goes to the library? People without internet?
Next speaker. What items would you like to speak on?
Shit, yeah.
Yeah, hi. All items in general public
Oh,
comment. And
Substack.
I want to be clear.
Daniel
you
Gus.
keep lowering hands, Mr. Grote, or whoever's controlling it. So you need to make sure that people who raise their hands don't get lowered.
So,
Further,
Mr. Gus,
your instructions, you're telling people.
So, Mr. Gus, you have 3 minutes for
press
the
this and
items, and if you give me a minute, I will let you know which items are open for public comment.
Daniel
They are
Gus.
1 through 18.
I can tell you because I've been sitting here for hours. You don't have to tell
so
me
then,
what they
Mr.
are.
Gus, you have
Grote.
3 minutes for
I
the
can
items.
tell you they're
Please
1 through
begin.
18, 29 through 43, 47 through 69, and 78. But if you stop lowering my hand, I'd be able to speak about them. So, item number 43. Ms. Hernandez, I would have been happy to write about this, but since you don't want to speak directly to people and insist and don't have enough confidence in your agenda items,
He's a
I'm not going to
journalist.
speak to you through your staffers. I would have loved to have written about 43. Very interesting item. Maybe could have been improved, but I would have loved to have told the public about what parts of it work and what tweaks are needed. It's a lost opportunity because the council member from the 1st District insists on only speaking through intermediaries. 43 is a lost opportunity to let the public know what was good about it and what could have been slightly improved. Lesson for the future. Item number 55 is interesting. If the city had only given each of the displaced residents $1 million, which would have been tax-free, every single person that has been displaced could have bought their own condominium and had about a decade's worth of HOA fees and property taxes covered. So why, after all this time, is the city still spending hundreds of thousands of dollars because it's going to administrators and lawyers and hotels and things of that nature? Well, the people in Council District 9, if you had a council member who didn't come from the same corrupt system, they could have paid you $1 million each, tax-free, for the losses and inconvenience you suffered, and you could have bought your own place and not had to worry about rent or even a mortgage or HOA fees or property taxes, and that could have been done a long time ago. The city continues to squander money on item number 55, while ironically, right next to it, item number 54, how ironic is 54 being next to 55? Well, it says the people who are displaced can't clutter up the sidewalk, and how ironic is it that in item number 55, years later, the displacement caused by incompetence at the LAPD has these people still in limbo. You need much better representation. I hear that there are people running for city council who may provide a better way to deal with these things from outside the system. The remaining part of my time has to do with the amended items. All of the amended items that I'm referring to that are available for public comment. It is so corrupt that you have this 90-item agenda And all of these people came
Mr.
there
Gus,
and they're
your time
sitting
has
there
expired.
until
Just dunked him. Oh, he didn't even get one Substack off. He's always like,
Next
hi, this
speaker.
is Daniel
What
Gus.
items would you like to speak on?
Daniel Gus at substack.com or whatever it is, .org.
Hi, I would like to speak on the 4118 items, please.
Wait, so there are two 4118 items, so you have 2 minutes. That would be for items 47 and 54. Please begin.
Thank you. I'm a landlord, and my hands are made of gelatin desserts. I can't work. I need the revenue streams from my overpriced properties so that I can continue to live in Los Angeles in my mansion and continue to dine at LA's fine Michelin star restaurants. So I need 4118 to be enforced because when it's illegal to be homeless in Los Angeles, it makes it easier for me to keep my rents high, and it makes me easier for me to harass my tenants when I don't want to complete the maintenance that I'm supposed to, and they have kitchens that are infected with roaches, and I say, but you're hungry, so just eat the roaches then. Because like I said, my hands are made out of gelatin desserts, and this is a congenital disease that I passed on to my many sons who will inherit my properties. We have gelatin dessert hands, and we can't work, so we need you to continue to support 4118, please. Thank you.
Yeah, it sounded like Stacy, kind of.
Okay, thank you. That was the last caller, I believe.
Oh, yeah, they were trolling.
So now we would move to items 1 through 11, but Ms. Rahman, I believe you wanted to
think so,
be heard?
I would like to make a request to continue item 11 for 30 days.
Okay.
Nifia.
Without objection, item 11 will be continued for 30 days.
And for the record, that would be Friday, January 12th, 2023.
Okay. So what is before us now?
2024. The council may now vote on items 1 through 10 and 13 through 16, which are liens, which is to adopt the motion requiring Lee to approve the Los Angeles Department of Building and Safety recommendations to confirm liens for items 1, 3 through 8, 13, 14, and 16, and to receive and file liens for items 2, 9, 10, and 15, inasmuch as the liens have been paid.
Great. Seeing no members on the queue, let's open the roll.
Close the roll.
Close the roll. Tally the votes.
14 ayes.
14 of them.
What's next?
The council may now vote on items 17, 18, 49 through 53, 55 through 65, and 68.
Oh, Jillian.
Okay. Seeing no members on the queue on any of these items, let's open the roll. Close the roll. Tally the vote.
14 ayes.
Okay, I believe 29 is next. Is that correct?
That is correct, sir. And item 29 is as amended by motion Rahman Bloomfield.
Okay. Seeing no speakers on the queue, let's open the roll.
Lobster roll.
Close the roll. Tally the votes.
Do I like fried
14
pickles?
ayes.
I've never had a fried pickle.
Next item, please.
Didn't know you could fry them.
The council may now vote on item 43 as amended by motion
But it
43C.
must be a Vlasic.
McOsker.
It can't be Clausen. It has to be
Seeing no members on
Vlasic.
the queue, let's open the roll.
Kosher dill.
Wait.
Those are the
I'm sorry.
best.
We will not open the roll. The roll is open, but it's now in limbo because we have the speaker.
Lobster.
Mr. Lee.
We're withdrawing the amendment. We're still working on a few
That's how we
technical
say it
items
in
on the
Boston.
issue, so we're going to
Not just a cop.
that we submitted.
I'm a father.
Okay, without objection.
I'm a son.
That
And
amendment
above
is
all,
withdrawn. Seeing
I'm
no
from
objection,
Boston.
The amendment's withdrawn. Are we okay? Then we're going to take up the item.
Meet you in an hour in Worcester. How about Medford?
Actually, your name's
How
still
about
on there, but I
Dorchester?
assume- Okay.
How about Gloucester?
Let's open the roll.
How about Taunton?
Roll.
Ah, my cousin Eric's from Taunton. Wicked.
14 ayes.
Okay, let's move to the next item.
Shout out
please.
to Boston.
The council may now vote on item 47, called special by Councilmember Hernandez for a separate vote.
Okay. No speakers, no members asking to be heard. Let's open the roll.
I'm a father.
Close the roll. Tally the vote.
I'm a cop. I'm a
10
father.
ayes, 4 noes.
Okay.
That shit is great.
Next item.
That was a great drop.
The council may now vote on item 54, called special by Councilmember Hernandez for a separate vote.
Okay. Seeing no members on the queue, let's open the roll.
Headbutt.
Close the roll. Oh, wait.
The hell is this? Headbutt?
You,
Why would it be so long?
wait, roll is still open, so you can cast your vote. All members having voted, let's close the roll.
I don't even know what that is.
And tally the vote.
9 ayes, 5 noes.
And for the record, this item is
Oh,
adopted.
we got some no's. Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Next item.
How does the
The
Senate
council may
vote?
now consider item 48, Councilmember Hernandez for comments.
Ms. Hernandez, do you wish to be heard? No? Okay. Seeing no speakers
Yeah, they
on
still
the
got
queue.
to come back for public comment.
Correct. Oh, Ms. Rahman, you wish to speak on this item?
Yeah, I just wanted to say for everyone here that this is the next step of this is item 45, right? 48? Okay, no, that's fine.
Okay. Let's open the roll. Close the roll. Tally the vote.
14 ayes.
Next, item 66.
Yes, sir. This
Oh,
is item
wait,
66,
kid.
as
I ain't
amended by
paying for
motion
Shohei.
66A.
Seeing no members wishing to be
I
heard,
mean, I might
let's
go to
open
one
the
game
roll.
next year. I don't pay for the.
Close the roll. Tally the vote.
It's just too expensive, dude.
14
Especially with
ayes.
baseball. 81 games
Thank
a
you.
year.
Next item.
It's a lot of games.
The
You won't
next
go to
item is
all.
Item 67, as amended
And if
by
you don't get
motion
the parking
67A,
pass,
De
it's
Leon Blumenfield.
$30 to $50 to park.
Okay. Seeing no members wishing to be heard.
Because they
on
don't
this
own the
item,
parking
let's
lots.
open the roll.
McCourt, the old owner, kept the parking lots,
the roll.
sold the stadium,
Tally
sold
the
the
vote.
teams. Smart dude.
14 ayes.
Because there's a lot of
Okay, next
concerts
item.
and shit there.
The next item is item 45.
So now that $50
called
you're
special by
paying him.
Councilmember Krikorian for recusal, and as amended by motion Rahman Hernandez.
Smart dude.
Okay, and Mr. Krikorian is
It's actually
recused on
really
this
bright.
item. Let the record
Like
reflect
him or
that.
not.
And Ms. Rahman, you'd like to speak.
Yes,
took
I just
$600
wanted to
million
rise. I
of other
apologize. I
people's
thought
money,
The previous item was this one.
bought the Dodgers,
and I just wanted to
and the
rise
stadium,
to share with my colleagues
and
that
the
this is the
parking lot.
next step of adopting our right to counsel.
and it was other
ordinance,
people's money.
then
Then sold the team for I think
are able to
$2.2 billion.
do because of funding from Measure ULA, which was a citizen-led
Assuming
initiative.
paid back every
to
bit of that
bring
money.
Greater funding and
And
resources
kept all
to
the
the
parking lot.
issues related to housing, homelessness, and renter protections here in the city of Los Angeles. We've been very supportive of implementing the right to counsel as a body over these past few months, and I'm really excited to continue moving this forward in partnership with Councilmember Blumenfield and others who
Yeah, I'll pass on
signed
her.
on to the motion, and
I don't know, I
look
just don't
forward to
find her
seeing
attractive.
this ordinance be implemented. Thank you.
Just don't. I do respect the fact that she
I
doesn't
don't know
wear
if the
tons
speaker
of
queue is
makeup.
Not working. Mr. DeLeon, are you standing up for speaking?
Or a
or
natural
no?
lady, I like
No, okay, sorry. Oh, Mr. Soto Martinez.
Thank you so much, Council President. First of all, I want to thank many of my colleagues here today that worked in this. Obviously, want to thank Councilmember Rahman, who chairs the Housing and Homelessness, and of course you, Councilmember Blumenfield, that chairs the Budget and Finance. You know, I think I know this is not a new topic that we've talked about in this council, and I've talked to many of you, and I think we all are sort of on the same page. This has been an issue we've been trying to work on, because I think because we know that it is unfair when tenants are facing eviction, they do not
Just his
have
hair
an
is light.
attorney.
Hey,
We know
bald.
that landlords have an attorney 95% of these eviction proceedings, and tenants only have it 3%, and that is not a fair fight. And when we look at other cities that have done similar ordinances like
That's
this,
hair, bro.
it has kept people in their
Hanging from his
homes.
forehead.
When New York did it, 84%
Superman
of renters
curl.
were able to stay in their homes. San Francisco, 2/3 of people
I get
were
the
able to stay
Superman
in their
curl.
homes. Now, attorneys are simply trying to enforce the laws that exist on the books. They're not magicians, and so we can see that when they do have that representation, they're able to stay indoors. And when homelessness is, when people leaving their homes is the #1 cause of homelessness, I think this is a very smart decision on behalf
Homelessness?
of this council. And so,
This?
but again, I want to thank
Where's
everyone
Mr.
that worked
Sachs
on this,
at?
and hopefully we bring it home in the
I
next few months.
missed him today, man.
Thank
Good
you.
morning,
Senator Martinez.
Arnold Sachs.
Seeing no other members on the queue, let's open the roll. Close the roll.
What the hell's going on?
Tally
Who
the vote.
changed everything?
12 eyes.
Mr. President, Councilmember De Leon called item 67 special for comments.
Oscar, I don't know the hell a good.
Okay.
I know
We already
nothing
covered that one,
about
so we have
cosmetics
to,
or fashion or
have a
hair
motion for
stuff.
reconsideration, is that correct?
I shop at J.C. Penney. I get the.
That would be item 67.
I don't know.
Right. I assume we need a motion
The
to
hair gel,
reconsider?
or it's not even gel. It's like
If
pomade.
the council wishes to do so.
Yes,
sir.
okay.
That I use. I got from the dude who cuts the hair. I have it there. It
Speak
smelled
on it
good. I
without
was like, I'll
reconsidering
get
it?
some of that.
That's fine too. City Attorney, can we do that, or do we have to reopen it? Either way is fine, but
I know nothing about any of that shit.
okay. I'm being advised that we can have
I know
comments
how
on this
to-
item without reconsideration if no one has requested
comfortable.
that. So, Mr. De Leon, the floor is yours.
That's what it is. I'm
Thank you
comfortable.
very much, Mr. President. Colleagues, I rise today to speak on item number 67.
It's a nice suit.
And let me underscore the following points, is that Boyle Heights holds significant
Yes or
importance in the
no?
city's
Nice
history
suit. I
due
think
to its
so.
rich
I think
cultural
that's a nice
diversity
suit.
and role
We
as
paid
a
for
vibrant
it.
immigrant community.
What do you guys think?
A community that has long been a welcoming haven for various ethnic and immigrant groups, including Mexican Americans, Central Americans, Jewish Americans, African Americans, Armenians, as well as more. Today, Boyle Heights grapples with the heightened threats of gentrification and displacement,
Well, everybody else
making
is
it
yes.
an essential focal
No,
point
no.
for preserving the legacy and the well-being of its long-standing
Funeral
residents.
director.
As a council member representing Boyle Heights, I'm acutely aware
You guys are
that the
fucked up.
decisions we
JC
make
Hey,
around the
that's
community
why I
plan
like it though,
will
Throw
have
Kid, 'cause
ramifications
I like
for
pennies.
years to come. That's why I've taken
I
a
seen
proactive
it,
role
dog. I
in the
didn't even
past-
know.
in the past 3 years. And since I've been on this council,
My pennies radar.
I'm proud that before you colleagues today is the most pro-family, pro-renter,
I think it's nice.
pro-small business,
Oh, it ain't
and
no
more
$5
importantly,
grand for that suit.
anti-gentrification plan in the city
Probably a
of
grand,
Los
$1,500.
Angeles,
I don't know,
bar
$1,000
none.
bucks.
I do want to give a very special thank you to the planning
think it
department.
looks
I know
nice.
that Vince Bertoni was here a little earlier.
I mean, it's
as
tailored
well.
well.
As Greg Weber
Doesn't
and
look too
Ulises
big on him.
Gonzalez and Andrew
It's a nice
Macias,
color.
who have worked very closely with our office.
I think I have a
the
tie
many other
just like that
planners
one,
who
too.
worked on this since the update we initiated a few years ago, for their constant efforts to
Gordon
fine-tune the
Rez.
plan so it meets the goals that
That's
we
the
have laid
chef,
out.
isn't it?
Also want to thank the Plum Committee, Mr. Chair, Marquise Harris Dawson, as well as Mr. John Lee, Ms. Heather Hutt, as well as Ms. Katie Yaroslavsky, and Ms. Padilla as well,
Katie
for shepherding this
Yaroslavsky.
measure through the Plum Committee. Now,
No,
a
'cause
couple
I was
points
looking
I
at
want
the
to
other
make
dude's suit
is that
earlier.
what is so important for Boyle Heights is preserving culture.
I hate wearing suits.
And Boyle Heights is a vibrant tapestry.
I only wear
of so
them when
many
someone's
different
getting married or
histories, so many different
someone
cultures,
passes.
and different groups coming together.
I'm
Preserving
joking.
our rich cultural heritage isn't just an option; it is our
not
duty.
very comfortable.
This community plan ensures that our unique identity in Boyle Heights remains intact, safeguarding it against forces that threaten to erase our history. The threat of gentrification looms very large over Boyle Heights, endangering the very essence of our community. The residents and businesses refuse to be displaced, and the community plan stands as our shield against that relentless tide. The plan is a declaration that we will not be pushed out of our homes and businesses, and we will fight to remain in Boyle Heights, the very neighborhood that we have built over generations. Now, I can say this, and I've said it time and time again, Mr. President, as well as colleagues, I love a good acai bowl and slow pour coffee, but I don't love it enough over the cost of destroying the social fabric of many longtime residents in these incredible neighborhoods. And if you don't believe me, and I've said this time and time again, I've said in Plum Committee, all you have to do is look at neighborhoods in the city of Los Angeles. Look at Highland Park. Highland Park has changed quite dramatically. Look at Echo Park, and the reason why I say Echo Park is I used to represent it in both the Assembly as well as the Senate. At one time, Echo Park was, for example, back in 2000, 55% Latino, working class, Today, it's dropped down to 39%. That is a 16% major drop. In 2000, white population, non-Latino, 21%. Today, it's 50%. That is happening in
Get rid of those
Black
whites
as well. Part of the district that I represent. I don't have those numbers because we couldn't get those numbers specifically.
Damn whites.
But it's also happening in El Sereno as well. These are real human beings that are being pushed out of their residence. And that's why we have to do everything imaginable. It's good that we do and we get right to counsel, but that's a reaction. That's a Band-Aid. That is not intentional. You want intentionality, you build affordable housing and you make it statutory. Because the market forces are way too powerful. Market forces are powerful than all of us. They're more powerful than the mayor. They're more powerful than the president of the United States, the governor, and this city council as a whole. All you have to do is look at all the neighborhoods and how they have changed quite dramatically.
Rick, that's me.
Only way you can do this is with real intentionality. Affordable housing expansion. Essential to the fight against gentrification is ensuring that affordable housing is accessible to everyone, to Boyle Heights residents. This community plan introduces mandatory affordable housing to ensure that working class residents don't fall victim to skyrocketing rents. We're raising that bar, increasing it from 22% to 50%, set aside for low-income affordability at various levels of affordability with new projects near the LA River adjacent by the 6th Street Bridge. That'll be very, very critical.
$550 million
Also,
bridge.
Inclusionary housing. We also recognize the need to provide housing that meets the needs of our community. This community plan focuses on inclusionary housing, ensuring that new developments don't leave us behind. To ensure affordability for Boyle Heights residents, we are changing the LA Housing Department's Rent Schedule 6, as opposed to the county-wide area median income AMI, which is substantially higher. That way, rents will stay in line with the income levels of current residents, preventing them from being displaced by those outside of Boyle Heights. That's why when you have west side pressures, folks come inching closer and closer towards the east side, and those market forces take over.
Yeah, dump that trash, right?
All
them chip bags,
housing.
fucking
Our
Doritos,
community is filled with
crispy cream
multi-generational
box.
families, los abuelos, los padres e hijos, grandparents, parents, as well as children. That's why our affordable housing is just about single units, single rooms, and just lofts. That's not a family in Boyle Heights. We have extended family members. That's why we're requiring 60% 2 bedrooms or above in the Boyle Heights neighborhood plan. We're not students or singles only. We are families, multi-generational families in Boyle Heights. And lastly, let me just add 2 more points here. One more point. Local preference and right of return. Now, talking about the law of attendant consequences, Mariachi Plaza, known for los mariachis, we had a nonprofit affordable housing developer right in front of the Mariachi Hotel, redeveloped the whole Mariachi Hotel. They evicted, or not evicted, they had all the tenants go out, a lot of the mariachis, and when it was time for them to return, the mariachis couldn't return. Talk about the grand irony. Mariachis couldn't return back to the Mariachi Hotel because they received federal dollars from HUD, and you can no longer cherry pick. If you've been displaced from Boyle Heights, you should have the right to return. This community plan introduces local preferences and the right of return, making sure that Boyle Heights residents come first when it comes to affordable housing. They do this in Santa Monica, they do this in Portland, they do this in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and these preferences will be in line with the Fair Housing Act, although it's antiquated and outdated in Washington, D.C. And lastly, we're going to deal with small businesses, which are the lifeblood of Boyle Heights. They're also under threat by gentrification. This plan allows for smaller shops to be built to give our legacy small businesses and the space they need to stay in Boyle Heights. The plan also looks to incentivize the practice of some landlords who intentionally keep businesses' properties vacant until new outside businesses that they can pay significantly higher rents can move in to displace legacy businesses. Colleagues, this is what it takes with a sense of intentionality. In the last 25 years since this plan was updated, which is why we need to get it right, we have one opportunity that will impact the lives of people in Ball Heights in immediate and long-term future, because what we do will have long-lasting repercussions. And by the way, when we look at our RENA numbers here, by the way, colleagues,
Hold on,
our
Congo,
RENA
I'll
numbers
tell you.
here are 456,643 units by the year 2029. Nothing collectively has come out of the city of LA. And we cannot outsource our responsibilities to the mayor, Karen Bass. We individually have to start stepping it up and guaranteeing intentional housing for our folks here in the city of LA. So with that, I respectfully ask for your aye vote, and I thank you very much for your patience. Thank you very much.
Okay, because every city
we already
gets
have
bloated.
everyone's aye vote.
Just
So
like the
Ms.
federal
Rodriguez wishes
government,
to be heard.
the city government gets bloated, of course.
I just wanted to congratulate you, Mr. De Leon, on
Too many
really
hands in the pot.
forward-thinking process that I know we will learn
There's
from
an old
as
adage,
we
too many
engage in
chiefs and
similar
not enough
processes,
Indians.
for the communities of Pacoima and my neighboring areas in CD6, because we know that what light
put it
rail
to you
also brings
quickly.
in these circumstances. And so with a huge investment, a multi-billion-dollar investment in light rail coming to the Northeast San Fernando Valley, this is why I have continued to press planning department so that we could also work ahead of schedule and trying to get these protections in place, because having watched what happened to Highland Park and all of the areas that you cited, going back 15, 20 years, we've continued to see communities be placed out of those neighborhoods. And so I want to congratulate you and thank you and your team for that incredible work. It is very forward-thinking. It is unprecedented. And when people talk about the need for preservation of affordable housing, when we talk about it, doing it after the fact is too late. And so doing it, laying the groundwork in this method, in this manner, is the most progressive and thoughtful way to deliver and protect these vulnerable communities. And so congratulations to you.
I just want to thank Gerald Gubatan, as well as Nate Hayward and Jennifer Marasas, my chief of staff, for their very hard work, for rolling up the sleeves. They worked. It was a wonderful collaboration. It was a pushing, a give and take, and we pushed a lot hard with the planning department, but I do want to thank Craig and Vince, because we came to a good agreement, pushed the envelope.
Look at that
in fact,
belly.
Said we tore up the envelope.
Shit, yeah,
But again,
look at that
what
thing.
Monica
I
just said,
better not.
We don't want to be reactive.
I have what
Everything's
doctors
reactive
call
mode.
a little
You
bit
need
of
to
a
start
weight
building with intentionality, because if it's not
Motherfuckers with guts like
statutory, it's
that
not in the
ain't
books,
off the
it doesn't
cheeseburgers.
exist. We're
Motherfuckers
just
with
putting
guts like
band-aids
that definitely are
everything.
on
With
the
that, Mr.
cheeseburgers,
Bloomfield,
dog.
thank you much.
Great, thank you.
You're looking at my gut?
And I believe
Just a
that is
little
all the
peek.
open
I saw
items.
ya.
Is there any other
What are you looking at my gut
open
for?
items that don't need to be heard in closed session that could be heard in open session?
No, sir. The council may now proceed to closed session for items.
Bro, that was the
69 and
mustard
78.
tiger for sure.
Okay, so we have 2 items for closed session. We'll need to prepare the room for closed session. If you could
What?
effectuate that process.
What happened to public comment back? Did they just not give anybody public comment? Is that what we're doing? We're getting no public comment. They're throwing them out of chambers.
Discussing with the sergeants.
What's going on? Isn't everybody here waiting for public comment? Because they got to speak on the items and you made them come all back. What are we doing here? Are we giving them the old okey doke? What's going on here? Come on. Oh, here we go. The fucking showing me rodeo videos now. Wait, what? I'm gonna see a horse break its neck. What are we doing? That's a rodeo. That's what happens, guys. Look. What happened to the... I don't see anything bad right now. I just see what's going on. I see a horse, a bucking bronco. You know? Oh, shit. Hold on, let me just do this. This is ridiculous. Yeah, you can't have... That's ridiculous. So how long are they going to go into closed session for? Great.
Las
What the fuck do we
Posadas is
know?
a free nightly
You put a
holiday
timer on it?
tradition
Did they
for
say it?
9
I
nights
missed
before
it.
Christmas, hosted by El Pueblo Historical Monument.
2 items and then they're back? All right.
Traveling carolers representing Mary and Joseph sing the song Searching for an Inn. while the innkeeper's singing response turns them away. This
sons of
recreation of the journey of Mary and Joseph to Bethlehem
It's
is
just so
celebrated with
asinine and
traditional
backwards.
songs, colorful
I think that's what they
costumes,
want to
and
do. They
vibrant
want to
music.
make it so
Everyone is
difficult
welcome to
to
participate
deter
in
you
this
to even
free,
just come and
family-friendly
speak your
event.
mind.
The
That way
festivities
they don't
begin
even
at
have to
6:30
address
p.m.
anybody,
each
don't
night
have to
from
waste their
December
time
16th
anymore.
through the
Don't have to
24th,
hear you
and
talk
include
about
a
anything,
children's
whether
piñata and
you
the
truly,
candlelit
it is a
procession
truly
at the
relevant
Avenida Adobe at
subject you're trying to get
7:15
across with
For
them.
more information, visit
or just, you know,
elpueblo.lacity.gov/events.
just being dummies.
Get involved in a Christmas community cleanup. Councilmember Eunices Hernandez,
Amazing.
the
Here,
Pico
since
Union
we can't hear
Neighborhood
anything, you want to see
Council,
some cool shit? I'm going to put it back. I'm watching it on my screen, so I want you to watch some cool shit, okay, while we're hanging out. This is live in Highland Hills in Minnesota. Some of these kids are really fucking good, dude. That's what I was tripping out. Like, some of them are catching 5 feet of air off that ramp at least, doing 360. Look at that dude right there. He just fucking flew. You see it? You see it? And what it crazy is how fast they jam here. And, you know, you got little kids there, so occasionally a little kid will fall right around here and then cause the jam up. So you got to be careful. And these, you know, again, I get it. They're, you know, teens and young 20s that are probably really, really good, and they want to jam back in there, but they're a little impatient. See, I just love how they carve right into it and grab the lift. There's this one little girl in her little pink helmet and everything. She's the best. I don't know if she's still there, but I've seen her earlier. Tiny. She couldn't have been. I don't even think she was about 5 or 6 years old. And she was out there skiing. Teach them young, right? Dude, look at how many are on the lift right now. That thing is working, bro. Like, dude, there must be 30, 40 of them. See how quickly they come right back? So you can't dick around right here. Right here, you get ran the fuck over. Think it's all CGI. This is fake. We're not really looking at this. This is all AI. Well, hopefully they AI bail. You see some bail pretty fun. They bail pretty bad, bro. But I don't think it hurts too much. It seems like it's pretty fun snow. It's not so hard like snow here where it's fucking gonna hurt you if you bail. No, they're still on it, Jonathan. They're busy putting up their Facebook and their Twitter and dial 1-800-DWP for a power outage or, you know, report water outage. Oh, there's one. There's a victim, Bill. See, it's kind of hard to get up. Let's see. Oh, he made it. He made it. Just when it starts getting packed, it's wild to see how many come down. Wait, what's he in right there? Why is he in such a thick suit? Or am I tripping? He's got some thick pants on or something. Whoa, nice. Yeah, it looks fun. I mean, you got to wipe out sometime. You got to push the limit to get those tricks down. You have to. It's all part of the game. But at least you're not bailing on the, on the cement. But I do know that snow can be just as hard as cement. You know, hopefully it's got a nice little level of a powder on top. As you can see, machines back there still dumping some snow on there. So making sure it's fresh. Christina, I don't know if I'm going to be on tonight. I think I'm going to do it tomorrow night instead. Just because I have something to do tomorrow morning that I have to do really early in the morning. So, yeah, I think it's just best. So that way I don't oversleep. Whoa, dude, did you see that last guy? Bro, did you see the last one? I'm telling you, future Olympians right here. Whoa. What I trip out too is there's a lot of skiers, but they just don't use the poles. You know what I mean? I wouldn't thought there'd be that many skiers. I thought, okay, well, you'd have more snowboarders, of course. Yep, catch a log jam real quick. Yeah, it's a steel cable. You know what I mean? And you just grab it. You don't lay back on it, otherwise you'll fall down. You just let it pull you, and it'll pull you up. That's how they're able to get up. I mean, it's great exercise because all they're doing is getting pulled up there. And then, you know, I'm sure it's a good workout, snowboarding. Dude, look at that. Dang. That was high. The rails and all that. Nah, they're still on their stupid commercials. I'll put it back, I promise. And that's why it sucks about the public comment. Now they're just making it so long. They probably watched Smoking Skin and said, all right, now we're going to make you sit here for hours, you piece of shit. You have all these crazy fuckers coming in. Shout out to Brock and Jason. It's funny how the show has totally taken over, in a sense. Because even you have some of them, you know, like Mr. Herman. I think I'm pretty sure he was talking about Smoke and Scan when he said smoke and scam. I'm pretty sure. Oh, dang. That was dope. And Stacy, she said it before. I mean, at some point in time, I think even 50 Guns might have said something. So shit, yeah, man. Wow. Caller, how does my vagina look? When your loved one wanders off, what do you do? lafound.lacounty.gov. No, Mike, because I didn't get it started yet. Well, that's not true. I guess I could, when I'm done with this, I can go over to the market and get the other ingredients I'm missing. Because when I went back over it, I'm missing like 3 things. You know what I mean? The beef broth, I'm missing that. I don't know how I missed that. Because, you know, I look at it and there's like so many different recipes for it. So I needed that. There's a few other things I forgot. But I got everything else. It's 2 miles from the malls of America. Shit. Nice and close. They're better than going to the mall and doing nothing. Get some great exercise, have some fun, hang out with some friends. Oh. See, look at him, a skier, no fucking, that's a future Olympian right there. See, there's another skier. Like, you notice none of them, you see a bunch of dudes actually skiing, not snowboarding, and none of them are using poles. You notice that, right? Like, none. Do I have a Twitter? No, Casey, I did. I got thrown off of Twitter forever. I made fun of your president, and they dunked me like a basketball. It's all right, though. So, I don't know. That was like a year ago or something. Have I taken Stinks to the snow? No way. Ain't no snow around here. You know, and I'll tell you what, he didn't like the car all too much the first time, but you know, the few other times. Oh, you got the jam up going here. Oh, they don't even give a fuck. They're just going right around him. Look at them jam it up. Oh, that's not the place you want to get jammed up. Oh, he's falling again. Uh-oh. Oh, man. That's not the place to get jammed up, son. Hopefully he's all right. I'm sure he is. It's better that you... That's what I told you, dude. That's the one place you can't get jammed up. It's just, This shit, like you holding everybody up, and you see, look at the little kid right there, just jammed up. Even him, the little kids are just zooming around. So it's not like it's just the big kids. It's just the traffic. It's like a traffic flow. You just got on the fucking freeway, and now you're doing 27, and everybody else is doing 65. And that's what happened right there. You need to get up out the way before you get fucking ragdolled. That's really what happens right there. I see it all the time. Hopefully he's all right. I'm sure he is. No, Ash Green, I'm going to do it tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow night. That's because I have something to do early in the morning tomorrow that I cannot miss and have to be there. Oh, and I have to be there. So I just, I don't want to work until 2 o'clock in the morning here. And you know what I mean? And then have to try to go to bed at 3 and then be up 3 hours later. It's just, no. I figure it's no, we'll just do it Wednesday. Plus, Wednesday was all right. I want to say we did Wednesday last one. Or no, maybe the week before that. Yeah, it was wait. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was last week. Report waste, theft, and fraud. Like dog waste? Is that what you're talking about? What kind of waste are we talking about?
What the dog doing?
I don't know. Yeah, see, they're just still showing me saving energy is simple and, just basically programming you, telling you how to live. Your house, you want it to be 70 degrees. They don't give a fuck. You need to put it at 78. And we're closer. We're going to be closer and closer to them controlling, I'm sure, the power grid at some point. Or they'll just give you it'll be free because you want everything free. It'll be free, but then they'll give it to you when they want to give it to you. And then when you turn on your air conditioner and it's at 70 and not 78, then they'll turn that off. That's a violation. Trust me. You'll see. Freedom ain't cheap. That's right. That's right. That's what I thought of theft of dog waste, A1. Go around here and pick up some dog poop. That's the worst, man. People that don't pick up after their dogs. Shit, yeah, the ATV jamming around. Not sick, pup. I'm going to do it tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. Is that homeboy still trying to get back together from spilling? Yeah. Oh! Another one bites the dust. But see, like I said, they get up. They don't even seem to get hurt at all, which is great. They just have a little bit of fucking snow in the face. Whoa, whoa, whoa! See, I'm trying to tell you, you don't want to be in the danger zone over there. It might have busted the binding or something. I don't know. Just trying to get it back on there. Whoa. Then you're getting dusted with snow while you're trying to fix your shit. That helps. Thanks, bro. Oh, man. Poor guy. Poor guy. Come down and go fishing, huh? Yeah. Go get you a one-day license for $30 to go fish for free. Bang. I'm telling you, fishing in California with no license, anything, right? So by the time you get there, you've wasted 2 gallons of gas. That's $12. You have to park. That's probably $20, right? We'll figure there's $32. Then you got the fishing license, which is $28, I think, for the day, right? Or $22, I think it is for the day, right? I mean, we're almost at $100 already. We haven't bought any bait. You didn't buy any food for you to eat throughout the fishing adventure, which most people bring a cooler with food, right? So what are we really talking here? Just to go fishing anywhere for one fucking day? $200? That's not for like a family of 5. You know? 11 there, 32. I showed you it was 120 something for the year here. It's fucking insane. One day is 18, 19. Okay, I was close. I said 22. I was close. But like I said, by the time you eat, I mean, you're really spending at the minimum of $100. And then again, that's just for you to pull up at like, I don't know, in Castaic Lake or go to a pier and fish off the pier or something. If you really want to go fish, right, you still gotta, you'd go and pay for the 3-hour twilight fucking trip. And look, that's gotta cost $60 now. It has to. Before, when I was fishing back then, it was like $27. They take you out for 3 hours. You know, there's 30 dudes on the ship, 30 folks. You know what I mean? You go out for 3 hours around the bay and they bring you back. You're not going out to Catalina Island or Channel Islands or anything like that. You're not going out that far. You're just staying within the harbor, essentially, and fishing off the boat and having a good time. You know, and you catch plenty for sure. You can also do the halibut derby. And again, like I said, so if you're doing that, you're really spending $200 at least for one person. So if it's a family of 5, right? There's $100 just on the fishing. Well, actually, yeah, a family of 5. As long as they're over 12, they'd all have to have a license, I believe. So there's $100. If your kids are over 12, there's 3 of them, mom and pop. You know, it's wild. Eat the fish you catch for lunch. Well, I mean, I never really did that. I would give the fish that I caught to my grandma and grandpa. They'd eat them. They'd love the fish because I know it was fresh. I just got it. You know what I mean? And I'd keep it on ice, you know. Yeah. $100 to $1,000 fishing without a license in California. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Al. And it's probably, you know, the $100, you know, and, you know, it goes up depending on also what you may have done. You know, you see a lot of game wardens out here. They don't play. You see them a lot now. So it's, I don't know, man. It's just crazy. Just to have that kind of a hobby, and then you're not even talking about, like, you know, if you the lures and the any kind of all the tackle, essentially. We just do that, you know. Poles aren't cheap. Fucking pole and a reel is not cheap. So go out your first time with something nice, like a nice setup. Even if you go to Big 5 and get you a nice little pole and reel, and then and the fishing line and some weights and stuff, tackle box. Shit, we're already talking close to $500 easy with your fishing day, plus $700 maybe. I'm sure tackle's getting expensive. I haven't bought tackle in a long time, and then again, we're not talking about bait either, and bait's expensive, so it's wild, dude. I just feel bad. What I'm getting at is I feel bad for the families that, you know, that are of 4 and 5 and maybe even a little more. It's like impossible for them to go take their family to experiencing, you know, great things like fishing. Fishing's fantastic. I did it a lot when I was a kid, as a teen, as a young adult. I haven't done it in a while. I haven't gone fishing in a while. Do I get seasick? No, I don't. I do not. I did take a friend who told me I don't get seasick. I was like, you sure? He's like, yeah, man, I fucking go on boats all the time. Of course, as soon as we get out of the harbor, nice. As soon as we get out of the harbor, it's fucking choppy as fuck. And of course, he was eating in the galley. Comes back out. I don't feel so good. Like, all right, man, well, you don't feel good. Don't throw up in the bathroom. You fucking throw up on the side of that fucking into the water. I don't even know if it was a minute after I said that. He got sick. Oh, boy. Shouldn't have had that Snickers bar. It is much more than catching fish. Absolutely. I mean, it's definitely a fun part of it, catching fish. But the camaraderie, the having the fun, the getting out and seeing the beautiful sights and the smells, and it's a lot to it. I love getting on a boat. It was fun. You know, I never knew anyone who had one, really. I just, I would go on, like I said, like you could go to Marina Del Rey, which wasn't very far from where I was. It was 35-minute drive or whatever. And me and my buddy would go, and you could catch, you know, like a 4 o'clock boat and be back at 7, you know. And it was fun. You could do the halibut derby. Play jackpot on the boat. Everybody throws in $5, and whoever catches the heaviest fish, the biggest fish, fucking wins all the money. I got it one time. Caught me a 9-pound sea bass, which was a fat croaker. You don't really see a sea bass that big. Like, that motherfucker must have been grubbing something, crab, lobsters, something, for a long time. But I did take one down, and I did catch a white sea bass, but we had to throw that back because it was, gosh, man, I think it was only 30 inches. And they have to be, I'm pretty sure they have to be 36 inches to keep it. So a baby white sea bass has to be fucking 3 feet in order for you to just keep it. And it was just shy of 3 feet. Just think about that, how big that is. That's a really rare fish, you know. I've never caught a white sea bass other than that time. Plenty of calico and sea bass and other shit. Kick his ass, sea bass. Oh, Cam Neely. Yeah, man. But it's rare that you catch fat ones like that. And I caught that one almost near in like Channel Islands area, up in Ventura, towards Ventura. Well, it's a really rare fish, part, and that's why you don't see them. So they make it really hard for you to keep it. You know, and again, I'm not gonna. You know, back then it was like not. You know, you weren't having cameras on your phones. Back then, you know, now that my grandparents are gone, I would totally catch and release everything. I might stop and take a quick picture with it, but I would catch and release it. Let somebody else, let it grow bigger for another person to catch and continue its life. Because I'm not eating them, so not a big fish dude. You know, I like lobster and shrimp and the like, but yeah. Let's get a chase. Well, dogs, you know, I'll be on tonight if there's a chase. I'll have to. I'm forced to, but I just can't be on long like our normal shows. I can't do that because I got something to do. But what's the big deal? We'll just do Wednesday. It's not a big deal. And these ding-dongs aren't ever coming back, I don't think. I think they straight trolled us, guys. I think they're gone. Like, we're going to come back to an empty room. This is all I see. Like this shit. I'm back. Little dancing water drops. And the next will be the dancing vaccine shots. It's just how, you know, you're stupid. You do this first. That next. Good. Program you good. Don't leave it fully charged. After it's fully charged, you take it off right away. Know the signs. Stop scams, especially smoking scam. Shout out to smoking scam. All right, just wanted to show you that they're still busy doing that shit. That sucks. If they dunked everybody for them, and just think about all the people also on the phone too, like Eric Previn, everybody else, Brock, Jason, they might be on there. Is it snowing right now? It kind of looks like it is. Or maybe it's just the snow coming down from up there. The maker up there. All propaganda. That's all it is, man. It's the fucking, dude, it's they live. It's fucking obey, consume. You know, it's like, you know what I mean? How you looked at one thing, but you put the glasses, it was a completely other thing. It's just that. They want to, oh my God, did you see the guy flying right there? Did you see it? There's no way homeboy didn't bail. Homeboy went flying off of camera. Holy shit. I know you saw that. I know somebody in this room saw that. That's wild. That was a wild one, dude. They're crazy, some of these kids. Oh. They're good. I mean, you're kind of how great that is for your core. Man, they're getting great workouts, that's for sure. The snow blowers. Oh. Where's all the snow bunnies?
I got a boner.
Snow bunnies. There's a skier with poles. It's the first one I've seen. I mean, because I want to say it's like a... Man, would you say it's a 50-50 mix of snowboarders and skiers? I mean, man, look at that. The last four have all been skiers. There's another one coming off the ramp. He's a skier. There's another skier. There's another skier and another. All of them skiers right there. Like, man, it might be more skiers than it is snowboarders. Sear my roast first. Yeah, that's what everybody was saying. Oh. See, there's another skier. Oh, don't fall in there. No. Uh-oh. He's in the danger zone. Oh shit. See how the traffic comes quick? Like a whole thing just to get back. You lost all your momentum. Sucks. Whoa. See that one just blew by him right there? Holy shit. There he goes. Shit, yeah. You get more speed on the skis. I'm just wondering if there's actual like resurgence with skiing, because I just remember the huge, God, what was it like? Not mid '90s where snowboarding came in, and oh my God, like I didn't know one person who didn't go snowboarding at one point or another. Like so many people I knew had snowboards, and now I'm looking and there's a few. There's one right there. There's two. There's 3, 4, but it's crazy to see. I would have thought there would have been way more, like 70-30 snowboarders versus skiers. But I'm almost seeing the flip opposite. What's up, Robert? Yeah, no mercy. I mean, they're just coming in so hot, you know what I mean? A lot of them, and they don't see them. A lot of the little ones, of course. Look at him. That dude's fucking flying right into there. You saw that? It was like a wave. It's almost like a ride within a ride. It's like you come off that ramp, it's all part of it. Just carving into the earth and getting right back in there. You don't want to lose momentum. So this might as well be a ramp is kind of what I'm getting at. And you essentially are lying on the ramp. It's not intentional, of course. You fell. It happens to all of them. Whoa. But, shit, yeah. Definitely dangerous for some of the little kids, because these little kids are just rolling around, and these dudes have to maneuver around them, and dangerous. They don't want to get clocked. Oh. Oh. Dry snow is fun. Not all slushy. It'd be interesting to ask somebody who works at like a ski shop. Like, what do they sell more now? Skis or snowboards? Because I'm telling you, when that snowboard shit came out, there was like everybody who was skiing was snowboarding. It's like it almost killed snowboard. I mean, it almost killed skiing. Or if it, I bet it did for a while. I bet it did. It does look really fun. I mean, there are all kinds of jumps up there. Rails, and I'm assuming they have a half pipe back there on the very top if you look like where the snow blowers are up there. Almost looks like there's one up there. One would assume that they have one up there, you know. I'm telling you, Zod, there's some really good ones. There was a dude who did a flip earlier. He must have been at least 5 feet off the air. 5 feet off the ramp. Tommy, you're talking about young, X gamers and shit like that. Oh, blasted! Ah, man, that one was he got blown out. See, now you got to tell the others. Oh shit! Because imagine somebody comes off there right now. All right, I'm sure that didn't feel good. Hopefully he's alright. But that's how you become good. Look at that. Like a fucking trooper goes up there with one ski in hand. Says, fucking, I'll fix it at the top. It's that kind of attitude that makes you good. Look at that. Dang. You know what I mean? The no quit attitude. It's life in motion, ladies and gentlemen. That's life in motion. It's good to see him having a good time, As much as I love video games, it's better than sitting at home playing video games. The sights, the sounds, the smells. Get sensory overload. So I was hanging out with the CHP, man. I went in there and it was like, huh? They're talking to me. I was like, huh? Busy looking at all. I mean, man, they had so many cool things all over the walls. Everybody's so cool. So, yeah, man. It was a sensory overload. So I'm assuming they go through the same. Getting that tunnel vision. Oh, man, are they still showing the rodeo? Look, still showing the rodeo stuff. So, Pasadena, Irvine. Oh, man. I should have went back. So, there's Pasadena, Irvine, and a few other areas are included in that. Not that they had any bull riding events, I think, but that would include them ever doing anything at the Rose Bowl. And so how does that work? Hold on a second. So you'll have rodeos. I mean, you won't have rodeos, but you'll have horse riding in the Rose Parade, or is it only a matter of time till they deem that harmful to the animals and you can't have the beautiful horses in the Rose Parade? So I enjoy watching the horses, the charros and all that. You know what I mean? They love those animals. Probably more than themselves. Those aren't animals that are whipped and are doing anything of the sort, but I would only assume that at some point in time they'll deem that, bad.
For more information, visit elpueblo.lacity.gov.
So much for the land of the free.
Get involved in a Christmas
snowboarding 120 mile an hour, skis 150. Who's going 150 on skis? Like, who's doing that?
Office of Community Beautification invite you to join them in a cleanup
Who's
of the
doing
Pico
that?
Union neighborhood for the
Who's
holiday
the
season.
crazy motherfucker that is doing that?
Meet neighbors and make friends in this
Oh, you're crazy.
You don't fear that. You welcome it.
From 8 a.m.
That's all I can say. Because you hit a tree at even 40 miles an hour, you're probably dead. You hit a tree at, like you're saying, 100, 150 miles an hour, you're definitely dead. There's no living that. And there's quite a few famous people that have died that way, right?
Quite like gingerbread.
Hitting trees.
The Lincoln Heights branch of Los Angeles
There's no
Public
give in that
Library
tree.
invites you to their winter celebrations, including this tasty
Not to
event,
mention, I think it
building a
hurts
winter
worse because it's
gingerbread
cold
house. Join the library for this arts and crafts project when they will be making gingerbread houses. All
Yeah,
the
Sonny
construction
Bono,
and
he
needs are
passed
provided,
that way.
along with snacks while supplies
Probably
last.
turn the scanner
All
on.
ages are welcome to this free in-person and hands-on
You can
event
turn
at
it
the
on,
Lincoln
see
Heights
what
Branch
craziness
Library
is
on
happening
Woodland
in my
Street,
city.
Saturday, December
What time is
16th
it?
at 2
It's
p.m.
already
For
1:23,
ADA
man. Come on,
accommodations,
man.
please call the
This is
library
bullshit.
72 hours ahead
Kinda
of the
gotta
event.
go.
For more details, visit lapl.org/events.
Give it.
And that's a look at some things to do.
Gingerbread house contest. I'm in. I like gingerbread. Shit's good. There's the canine hot chat. Leave it on that there. Is that okay?
Northeast Unit Ambulance Death 4274 Caledonia Way. Subject female, 61 years. Code 2 and 2687 RD 1112.
Oh, there we go. Rest in peace to her. We have a natural causes death, guys. Your horse identifies as a human. Shout out to your horse. And of course, big ups to all the horses out there. Wilbur. No, we're talking about horses, not donkeys. That's what they are, a bunch of donkeys, man. Are they going to get back to work? See, that's what they did. They're like, I see what they did there. I see what they did. They changed this purposefully. So what they did is they now make you speak about the agenda items and the agenda items only. And if you don't and you get off topic really quickly, they toss you out. Okay? Then make you wait back for your public comment, which could be over an hour, which is only 1 minute anyways. So thus making it so hard and annoying for you to not ever just wait, which is where all the bad portion usually is, the public comment. Thus kind of snuffing out or kind of muzzling the people, if that makes any sense, in my opinion. They're making it so hard and so tough on you to come and just speak your mind. You know? Oh, it's freedom of speech. I let him speak, but he's going to have to wait 4 hours just to get 3 minutes of time. And that's really what they did. Because you notice they implemented it in the last week or so. That was the first time. They got confused with it. Because it was a new thing for them. So, whoa. I mean, it's, yeah, man, it's too much to see what they actually do. The agenda is to really do as they want at all times. And they allow you to come in and spew your minute. That way they can't say they denied you. And for that 1 minute or those 3 minutes, they don't listen to you. They're busy on their phone or going out back and getting a coffee or something, having a granola bar that you paid for. Yeah. Are you deliberately being obtuse? Say Guantanamo is where you need to move. Oh, it's both of you guys' birthday? Happy birthday to Kaboom and Zod.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy New Year!
Happy birthday, guys. Shit, yeah. No, it's not my birthday again. Well, yeah, I'm just celebrating it all month. It's my birthday month, so yeah, it's gonna go out every day. Kaboom, if I could do that, I would have done that with the CHP. I would have manifested the chase, so that way I could actually catch one from the sky. Maybe one day, man. Maybe one day. But that day wasn't that day. But I'll tell you what, man, that's still it's so awesome. I look at the pictures and the videos, and it's just an experience that I treasure, man. Those dudes did something for me that, they think they just took me up in the chopper. They made a wish come true, man. Like they did a lot for me right there. They were all so nice, It was a great day. What was the worst part? The worst part about flying was making that last right-hand turn and seeing the runway, knowing that it was all over. Like, man, it's done. That was the worst part.
Any Hollywood United 415 group with knives, Las Palmas and Franklin. Suspects are transients. Number 1 is a male, white, 30 to 40 years old, wearing dark clothing. Number 2 is a female, blonde hair, wearing unknown colored top, torn jeans. Suspects were seen throwing knives at a tree. No threats were made towards the people in the area. Code 22718, RD625.
Just two transients over there stabbing trees.
Cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it.
Yeah, just knowing that it's over. That's all. You can't be up there forever, but that's all. That was it. I think it's smoother than a plane. I mean, it seemed that way. And it just, you get a better view, I think, because you're going slower. And I don't know what their cruising speed is. I mean, Josh, remember I asked Josh on the show what the speed was during an orbit, and he said about 80 to 90 knots. 80 knots. 60 to 80.
The suspect was a male wearing a black ski mask, dark-colored army clothing, possibly armed with an assault rifle, walking off the trail towards the residential area. Code 3 incident 2719 or D622.
A guy with a possible assault rifle. Ski mask. Runyon Canyon.
Berkeley standing at the intersection. Suspect is a male, white, black shirt, green pants, rolled up section, green rolled up pants, green suitcase, pointed a small head in at PR. Code 3 incident 2727 or D622.
Yeah, it took off and it just felt like butter to me. It was so smooth, so gradual. But I think Brian was just being nice too, to be honest. I know he could have fucking blue thundered it. Fucking cock it up a little.
Broadway in Northeast Mental Health Clinic. Subject male Hispanic 5'8", tattoos on face, black-headed color maroon, baggy style shorts, holding a skateboard, having suicidal ideations, and mentioned suicide by cop.
So yeah, I think they were just being easy with me. They didn't want me getting sick in the chopper.
Western and Sepulveda, code 3, 2730 and RD 508.
Yeah, he definitely would have been airwolfing if I wasn't in there. I'm sure of it. But shit, yeah, man. Shout out to Brian and Kevin taking me up. Blue Thunder, yeah, man. You remember when he does the whole fucking flip? He flips the chopper. That kind of stuff. Thank you so much, Steve N. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Steve. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
My money don't jiggle jiggle.
I'll give it to him.
I'd like to see you wiggle wiggle for sure.
Fact, he's right here. Hold on. Is he not on here? There he is there. There he is. Shit, yeah. Yeah, he was saying between 60 and 80 knots. So on the higher side, 80 knots is what, 90 miles an hour? A little more, maybe. So that's crazy, just flying in a... I mean, I'll tell you what, it certainly didn't feel like that. It definitely would be on the lower end, like 70 miles an hour in that circle. I mean, again, my perception, dude, I was in La La Land that whole flight. So I would have been like, you're Damon. Huh? What? Leave me alone, man. Just focused. It was so cool. So, being a sponge and shit, you know what I mean? Soaking it all in. I do, Minnesota Madman. Are you up here flying, right? Jamming off these hills like these madmen and women? They, all of a sudden got dark. The sun went down. The sun went down. Is it 2 miles? Nice. There ain't no shift change on this motherfucker. Look at that thing is putting in work right now. Look how many people are on there.
License plate 9 George Charles Tom 316 9 George Charles Tom 316. Bunch of calls for additional 2 incident 26 correction 2736 RD 1844.
Or the clouds rolled in, just can't see them.
LA Live with the LA Live Dog Park. See the PR create shirt green sweatpants. Certificate boyfriend all black, 31 years old, white tank top and black pants. And don't appear with Bobby Hunt. Much comments. 5748 RD 131.
There he goes, old stinkums. Old stinkums. Old stinkums. Old stinkums. Dude, he's knocked out. He's out like a light. Out like a light. Out like a light. Ah, shit, yeah.
7017 isolated suspects 3484 Hyde Park Boulevard in front of location. Suspects 2 male black beanie, black clothing. Monitor comments go to incident 2756 1241.
Yeah, Terry. Well, thankfully he's napping. If he's napping, at least he ain't bugging me. He ain't bugging me for food. It's heating up.
And go to the 405 freeway southbound Victory to shut traffic for HP. Code 3 into 2755 or 1039.
Uh-oh, what we got going on with the chips? Yeah, I've been cracking out on videos on YouTube of helicopter ride-alongs with law enforcement. I didn't realize how many there are. There's a lot of them up there. You know, other folks kind of doing what I did, whether it was here or across the country. It's good to see in not one of them did they have a car chase. So I don't know, maybe that's what it is the car chase guys know that when they give ride-alongs, there's no chases or something. I don't know. Yes, he is crash tired. Well, he just ate. You remember I fed him, so he's hungry. He's a hungry cat, that's for sure. See if we can Pick up what they're doing on the chippy side. On the chippy side. Mm-hmm. See the grooming, Scott, at night? I can see them leaving a fat chemtrail in the air in the background right now. You see that? See the chemtrail back there? Alright, so I'm on the CHP access. We'll see if we hear anything. LAPD. Let it roll. Jesus. James, thank you so much, James. Well, you say it's a contrail. I'm saying it's spewing chemicals.
Battery suspects are on 97th Street to the PRC Black with a red threader in short in front of the library. Suspects lasting off the ground towards Manchester in a black Infiniti SUV. The driver is male black, 38 degrees, holding black clothing, red shoes. Passenger female black, pepper spray PR. Keep circling the area, making verbal threats. Suspect 2770 near the 1821.
Thank you, Matt. Shout out to Matt and Irma. Appreciate ya. The mind control. They crop dusting? I'll crop dust you, man. Bro.
/save.
Still going. I think we should just. I'm gonna give it another 5 minutes, guys. I don't know. I mean, I want to hear the public comment, but what do we do? I mean, this is getting ridiculous. We're almost at 4 hours. I mean, normally you do realize that some of these meetings we've done have been done in an hour, right? Well, they've jammed through them. So this is like 4 meetings. And I know what'll happen, regardless. If I got off early, the second I got off is when they'll come back. Is what real? This real? Yes, this is real. And this is in Minnesota. In fact, Minnesota Madman says he lives 2 miles from that thing. Or this place. It's not a thing. They just want to silence the SNS family. You think that's what it is too? Oh, man. They just want to silence everybody. How crazy would it be, though, if that was kind of one of the reasons? Too many people are calling in. Too many people talking about it. That would be fun. Yeah, man, and they're always talking about smoking's good, too. Hate it. Hate it. Yeah, man, it's fucked up.
7th Street, unit battery suspects are now 8328 Gladsack Avenue. Suspects are 2 males that are friends of the roommate of the victim. Received secondhand, no further description at this time. Could 272 RD 1794.
Always a method to the madness. Always. Maybe they're watching right now. If they are, for you guys. For you.
Century Boulevard, Hyatt Regency Hotel. Body confirmation of 274 and 1496.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna give it a little more time here. What can I say?
This sucks more than anything that has ever sucked before.
That's all I can say. That's all I can say.
This is stupid.
Ah. Oh, man, I don't know what to do. So what do we do, guys? What do we do? Thank you, Jorge. I appreciate the kind words. Happy holidays to you and everybody else and your families. Guys, we do have the Christmas show coming up. Christmas Eve will be on 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so you can come join us while you get ready for the big morning to open all your presents. And then we're going to do the same thing on on New Year's Eve. So I never have anything to do on New Year's Eve, so I don't like going out too much anyways, though. So it is what it is. Yeah. And so we'll be on 8 p.m. then. It shall be fun.
Following unit, battery suspect 7237 Mainline Avenue, suspect female, white, 35 years old. Code 2 and 2792 or D
Battery suspect. Someone's getting beat up.
You block it every time. Bow to your sensei! Rex Kwando, we use the buddy system. No more flying solo.
Rex Kwando. No more flying solo. We use the buddy system.
Christian, male Hispanic, black hair, brown eyes, 49120, subject last seen December 11th, 3 Haskell, apartment number 3, subject last seen wearing black hoodie, correction sweater, black pants, black backpack. Information incident 2575. 459 Hot Crawl, 1539 Beloit Avenue, 1539 Beloit Avenue, on the 3rd floor in unit 308. Suspect is a maintenance worker, male Hispanic, 50 years, white shirt. PR hiding in the bathroom. It's code 3 incident 2794 RD 853.
How about fucking Andrew Graebner with fucking, what did he have, 31 ums today? Shit, yeah, 31, in 3 minutes, 31 ums. And 2 at least that I remember. The might throw you off, but it's the ums we count. Shit, yeah. Alright, let me get this in here, guys. Hitting some of this new stuff we got from Martinez, guys. You know Martinez.
And we know that Martinez stuff is the bomb.
Got a bank robbery going on at Wells Fargo there? Holy shit, it might be. I don't know. Sounded like it.
All right, everybody, hands up, heads down. I said hands up, heads down. Let's go, pal. I'm making a withdrawal here.
I'm giving it 13 minutes, guys. It's 1 or 12 minutes, 1:48. If they're not back by 2 o'clock, I'm donezo. We gave it plenty of time. I mean, we sat here for, I don't know. They fucking trolled us. Shout out to you guys for trolling us. And for taking away people's rights to freedom of speech. Which I get, your constitution that you hate so much.
Demonstrating an animal cruelty 19821 on the street of the Walmart. Code 2 and 2810 or decent.
Animal cruelty at Walmart. No. Fuck. Goddamn Walmart. It's all your fault. Right, Eric?
Male, they're 70 to 80 years, wearing a blue beanie, gray sweatshirt, green checkered pants.
I agree, Eric.
140, 1753.
I Chiacan. Agree. Agree. Agree.
Any Denver unit, ADW suspect, 83
Salt.
28 Avenue, suspect roommate Mel White. Minor comments further, code 2 incident, 2818 or D1794.
Another assault.
You think anybody wants a roundhouse kick to the face while I'm wearing these bad boys?
Sounds like he just got the roundhouse kick. Don't stop till it pops. All right, guys.
Smoke.
This will probably be the last one. 10 minutes and counting. What's up, Bill? Good to see you.
Suspect male Hispanic, 30 to 40 years, 5'7", 200 pounds, bald, black shirt with yellow letters, khaki pants. Wearing unknown objects at vehicles and apartment windows. Incident 2800, RD 1172.
What was he doing? Was he knocking on windows? Didn't quite hear what she said there. Walmart is shady.
Subject is arrested in Mel White, 61 years old. So first suspicion for new crossing 12, 11, 23, $1,100 wearing a blue t-shirt, blue jeans. 227-282-190,
I used to go to the one that wasn't too far from the house, but doesn't have anything really. The shelves are pretty bare. It's wild. So just go elsewhere.
Unit, welfare check, 140 North Carolina, apartment 3, monitored for health and safety, and monitored comes to 2815 RD64.
Like I went in there and their whole, like I had a whole bunch of refrigerators, you know, where you have like, you know, frozen waffles, things like that, ice cream. And dude, it was like one package in one and nothing in 3 in a row and then 10 of one thing and another. I'm like, how does it get that low? Like, what's going on? Did you, Allison? Congratulations. You gotta let me know how it is. Benjamin, you know, it's a preference for everybody. I do it at, I believe it's 370. Hold on. 370. Oh, someone lost a rake on the freeway. Trying to do a traffic break to get the rake out of the fucking lanes. Can we listen to ham radio? Yeah, we can see if those knuckleheads are on. Shout out to them. The 450ers and the 435ers. Let's see what they doing. Oh, they was going at it last night while I was listing cards. I don't hear anybody on 450 at the moment. They were going out this morning on 435. That's what's kind of fun about the archives. You can go into the archives, and if you miss something, you can totally just go back and watch it, as long as you know what year, what time it was. You know. Bro, that skier must have lost it. He came through so fast. Overshot. Just jamming each other. All scratchy. Wise guy, I'm going to do it tomorrow, not tonight. This is in Highland Hills, Minnesota. Highland Hills. 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes, so we done. Son. I want to go forward, dude. What's going on? Was it? Yeah, it was.
Button in his genitals. It was just disgusting. Sorry, not true. It's true. I've got DVRs.
Anyhow, they can battery suspect, scissor Chavez and Mod, suspect Mal Hispanic wearing a black suit, sweatshirt, black shoes, black backpack, code 2 incident 2840 D457.
Yeah, they're still just dicking it around on the little special meeting. Kicked everybody out. So basically, it's making Mr. Herman and all the. How long would you say we've waited? 45 minutes? An hour? How long? An hour? Hour at least? So there you go. So now these people drove there, had to wait an hour to talk. See, they found a loophole to basically annoy the shit out of you.
They found a violation 1242 East 40th Place, 1242 East 40th Place. This would be a white van, male, standing 35 years, code 3 to 2843 and already 1345.
I mean, it's just ridiculous, but I understand why they did it. They figured out a loophole to make you it's so annoying to where you don't want to give your public comment, and they understand that the public comment is the worst portion. That if they make these people stick to the items, and if they don't, they throw them out, then they've won. Because now they'll annoy the shit out of these people so long, most will just go home. If that makes any sense. Sad deal. But that's how they deal with it. That should be unconstitutional. That should be a violation of the Brown Act. And class action lawsuit shall be instated. Mr. Previn will sue. Shit, I guarantee you he'll take the case. So would Spindler. Spindler's an attorney too. Go boy. He's an attorney. So I don't know if I really want him being my attorney. But nevertheless, he has passed the bar, which means he's no dummy. Right? I know plenty of smart folks who haven't passed that test. So, you know, he's just he's super eccentric, let's just say. But he's no dummy. He's no low IQ dummy. Don't get it twisted with Mr. Spindler. What do we got? 2 minutes? 1 minute? 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do. I don't think it. Be interesting to see how long that takes them to come back, and if they do. Oh, everybody left? Oh, okay, let's just adjourn. This meeting is adjourned. This meeting is adjourned. You can't handle the truth. It's true. Stabbing. So it just got stabbed in front of 7-Eleven.
Cut it, cut it, cut it, cut
cut it, cut it.
CW suspect for Western and Lexington.
Shit, yeah, 7-Eleven, baby. 7-Eleven.
Cutting investigation. 5601 disorder apnea at the Kaiser Permanente Woodland Hills. ER subject male, 29 years old. Location of occurrence.
So we go from one stabbing to the next, man. What's going on, man? What is going on?
Cut it. Your price is way too high. You need to cut it.
Cut it. Cut it.
Traffic unit, ambulance traffic 7943 Willie Avenue, 7943 Willie Avenue, vehicle versus a tree, all three incidents.
Oh! Car into a tree on Woodley.
Jump for that.
Oh!
Tree.
Oh, man. What's going on? Back-to-back stabbings. Well, one was a stabbing. The other was a stabbing investigation at the hospital. Again, when they when you walk in, like I told you, to a hospital, shot or stabbed, and you don't say nothing and you don't want to talk to them, they're gonna notify the local law enforcement agency. Make sure they come down and talk to you. Oh, got a foot pursuit.
So he cold dashed and ran around the block, top radios into another lady cop.
Yeah. No, I didn't go buy that. That's what I gotta go do, laced. So, and I got things to do tomorrow morning early. So what I figured is I can. I gotta get up early and probably get all that prepared at, I don't know, 5:30 in the morning and be out by 6. And that way I come home and it's nice to eat for lunch, I guess. Something like that. Yeah, I just missed too much stuff. I didn't have the Italian dressing packet. I didn't have the broth. Didn't have any flour. There was even one other thing that you guys told me to get that I missed. So I'm going to have to double check it. Cause it's funny because you look at different recipes for it and everybody's got a kind of tweaked recipe. So, yeah, I don't know. Don't forget the red wine with my... No, I don't drink. No alcohol for me. I'll have a nice vintage 2023 Dr. Pepper. Or some juice. I have a lot of juice right now. Got cran grape. I got some Martinelli's apple juice. Or apple cider. Apple cider. See? So, that's what I'm saying. See, I got the apple cider Martinelli's. It's in the wine glass or wine bottle. So that way I can pretend like I'm drinking. You know what I mean? Still get that feel. It's like holding the cig, but you're not. All right, I even gave it a few extra minutes, guys. I haven't gave it a few extra. Uh-oh. What's going on? Traffic alert. Truck crashes down embankment off 405 freeway in Van Nuys. So that's that little call we heard where the LAPD were talking to the CHP there. So it's truck over the side on the 405, which shall snarl the traffic, which is absolutely packed right now anyways for rush hour, people coming home. So that ought to be fun. So if you are taking the 405, be careful, especially the northbound 405. Meeting is not over. They're in special, but I can't wait any longer. I got stuff to do, NFL. We've been here almost 4 hours. 7 minutes shy of 4 hours. I mean, normally these are like, 1 to 2 hours.
You and understand the Bureau of Street Services bi-weekly sweeping schedule. From your
So they've done everything, including putting an hour and 5 minutes today of honors. Like when they honor somebody. you know,
Street sweeping notifications.
all the honorees go first. Get them out of there.
Download the
That's an
Friday
hour.
schedule calendar. And last but not least,
That's why these people sign up and then go outside.
view an interactive.
Okay, and that's why when they're called, sometimes they're not in there because they
From
know
this page, you'll also
they're no
see the
dummies.
option to
So
sign
now
up for
they've
sweeping
furthered that by
On the left side of the
separating
page,
public
you can input
comment
a city address
and the agenda
and a
items.
street sweeping schedule for that area.
They think we're stupid.
When you begin typing in an address, you'll notice the system will try to predict your location.
So that's the fucked up
via
part.
drop-down box. You can verify and select the correct location that you're trying to input by selecting the address with the correct zip code. Once this is done, a pin will drop on the designated address.
Well, just a transient with a fucking gun.
Clicking on the highlighted areas.
And they stink! Did I mention that before?
Routes on the left side via a list breakdown.
Shout out
I'm going to use the interactive map. And I'll click
fucking
this location.
transients.
And if
All
it's
right,
located
man.
on
Shout out to all you
Friday,
transients with your guns.
on the second and fourth Friday of the
All right,
month.
guys. I'm out of here for now. Normally we'd be on tonight, but I'm not going to be on tonight unless there's a chase. We will be on tomorrow. That's all. We'll do our normal thing tomorrow. And that's about it. And I'm gonna go and take care of a few things and go run to the store and buy all the stuff and all that good jazz and yeah. That way I'm ready tomorrow for my pot roast that hopefully I'll be eating before tomorrow's show. Cheers. All right, well, there's chases over there. But thank you guys for all you do for me. I appreciate everything. And thank you for the thumbs ups. They do work. They are free. I shall see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Other than that, have a fantastic day. Happy holidays to you and your fams.
Friday, February 24th. Parking enforcement will not ticket on days where street sweeping does not occur in your area. I hope you found this video useful, as it should further help you understand Street Services bi-weekly sweeping schedule.
Well, that's what I thought it was, Alice, but I don't know. Everybody tells me different. I have all those things but the celery, but I don't want celery because I don't like celery. 2 packets of brown gravy, though. I don't think I have 2. Is that stupid question? Is that Anjou? Is that what they're considering? Gravy, Anjou? I mean, because I thought they were different. Anjou is like a thin dip, you know, for like roast beef. Gravy's thicker. No brown gravy. Okay, that's what I thought. See, I don't have that. Beef broth, I don't have any of that. See, that's what I need to get. Use beef broth. Okay. Yeah, see, that's what I need to go do, guys. Need to get off here, pack up a few cards that I sold, and then continue on my day and get that going. Lower Scutters. Those are the good ones. I had some Laurie's ones. I bought some Laurie packets. So they didn't have too many. There was a lot were gone, so I gotta go back. Use beef broth. Okay, so I mean, I'll just get a bunch of those packets because I'm assuming I'm gonna make more than one meal at one other time, right? So even if we don't use it tonight or tomorrow, I'll have them stocked for the next thing. Gravy is for the pot pie after. That's what I'm talking about. All right, guys, I'm out of here, man. Much love. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Thank you for your cooperation. Good night.
Bye, y'all.